Them right into that edge of field goal range. They said the target line is the 30 for a long one. Rourke delivers again right into the chest of Price, who's tripped up at the 20. So 3 third downs, and 3 times Rourke has put it on the money.
And really good pass protection. They're trying to bring an extra block. This time the middle linebacker is picked up. Nice job by the back, Justice Ellison, in that time, staying in on protection. Another accurate throw on a critical third down play by Rourke.
All 3 of those completions to move the sticks. Ellison, the Wake Forest transfer, stays in there. Rourke in trouble, steps up. He'll take it himself and slide down, picks up 8.
Well, an impressive drive for this Indiana offense. A lot of people wondered, okay, look, you scored 77 points a week ago. Western Illinois had the longest losing streak in college football. How will you play against a team that matches up physically with you guys? That's Mike Shanahan, the offensive coordinator, also the receiver coach. He's calling the plays. His quarterback coach, Tino Sinceri, was a college teammate of his. Best of friends, and Tino's on the field, and they have a great working relationship in calling this offense.
And off. Ellison tripped up. Quick burst by Brian Addison to force third down.
Yeah, Addison came unblocked off the edge. You're going to see him come from right here. There's 2 pullers coming, but they both turn up inside, and nobody accounts for the end man on the line, and Addison is able to get a tackle for loss. His team had 11 tackles for loss in the game in week 1 at Hawaii. That was a big one right there.
This is a UCLA defense that has been stingy going back to last season in the red zone. Indiana scored touchdowns on its first 6 drives last week against Western Illinois. Lawton back in there for 3rd and 5. Rourke feeling the pressure, stands right in there. Another strike, another first down to Surratt. It's 1st and goal for Indiana.
When I talked to Tino Sinceri on the field, he said, I got to get my quarterback, make sure his eyes are right. His eyes are right. He says single coverage, 0 coverage, man-to-man. Surratt gives him a good target. He got protection. He knew pressure was coming, and he hung in there. His eyes went to the right place, and he got the completion for the first down.
Good news for Indiana and their offense. Donovan McCulley, who was one of their leading receivers a year ago, got hurt week 1, is back in there at the bottom of your screen, number 1 in white.
Big target at 6'5".
And they're looking for him. McCulley can't bring it in, but a flag. Matched up on the outside with Jalen Davies and a lot of contact.
Yeah, I talked on the field before the game with Mike Shanahan about him, and he said he's not going to have a lot of a package in this first game.
Interference. Defense number 6.
But
that foul occurred in the end zone. The ball replaced at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
We will have him in there in the red zone and around the goal line. And again, 6'5", a big body, good hands, and draws the penalty there.
From Indianapolis, moved from quarterback to wide receiver in the spring of 2022 and gets them just a little bit closer. Todd, you mentioned the 77 points against Western Illinois. The one thing Curt Cignetti said he was pleased with, they didn't necessarily take that team lightly. They still went out and executed at a high level. They've carried it into this one. Lawton spun down and back to the line of scrimmage, maybe lost a yard. Kane Madrano read that one from the start.
Yeah, they executed at a high level last week. They did not play down to the competition, and so far, other than a couple penalties that have set them back, which they've overcome by Rourke's passes on 3rd down, a very nice drive here to open the game for Indiana. Now, last week, or in week 1, one of the biggest things this UCLA defense did was get a goal line stand right before the end of the first half and force Hawaii to go for a field goal instead of a touchdown inside the 5.
Rourke surveys. Touchdown! Another beautiful ball. Miles Cross.
Boy, Rourke did a great job with his eyes. He came back on the drop looking to his left and opened up the middle of the field, and it was open right away. I mean, there was no question the ball was going to cross, but look at his eyes going left, then he comes back right, knowing where he wanted to go with the ball, but used his eyes to move the defense and opened up that throwing lane.
4th passing touchdown of the season for Rourke, the 54th of his now illustrious career. Radicic extra point makes it 7-0. A surgical opening drive. Indiana gets the football, and they march right down on this stingy UCLA defense. Put the first points on the board here from the Rose Bowl as Rourke deals to start.
I'm the team mascot, and boy, am I running late. But I got lead in my foot and spirit in my fingers. Wow, what a hit. And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, the cost to cover that might tank your season. So get Allstate, save money on auto insurance, and be protected from mayhem, like me. Woo!
Some people want double the chicken, slow roasted in a burrito with crisp, fresh purple cabbage. Some people don't. And some people are wrong. The Cantina Chicken Burrito, only at Taco Bell.
Come on, rookie, you sleep down here. Is that?
Woo! Whoa, Reggie Bush.
Yeah, lost track of time in there. So, what's new?
Since you asked.
Pretty cool. Anything else? What is he doing?
He's watching the game.
With so much great entertainment out there, wouldn't it be easier if you could find what you want all in one place?
My favorites.
Get Xfinity Stream Saver with Netflix, Apple TV Plus, and Peacock included for only $15 a month.
Thanks.
What'd you get?
Oh, I got another double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double hot, double calf, double sweet. Hey, did you know that Discover doubles your cash back at the end of the first year?
You are cut off.
You earn, we match.
Debbie.
Unlimited cashback match.
I smell $1 million. Are you ready to choose a champion? It was amazing. You've got a real shot at winning this whole competition.
The AGT finale event begins Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
It's pretty simple. I win. Google me.
He's not wrong. I mean, Curt Cignetti's career record is 121-35 as a head coach. He has never had a losing record in 13 seasons.
Yeah. Well, again, I mean, his dad was a successful head college coach at West Virginia, and then most of his career at Indiana University in Pennsylvania, where Curt also was a head coach. And I mean, it's in his DNA, and he's got a system, he's got a culture, he's got high expectation standards, he's old school blue collar, and he wins.
Montero sends it away. Keegan Jones looking to take it back from the goal line, and Jones gets spilled out shy of the 20. A look at the starting lineups delivered by Papa John's for this UCLA offense that struggled mightily in the first half, week one against Hawaii, and led by their quarterback Ethan Garbers.
Well, I like how Garbers responded in the second half. He threw 2 awful interceptions in the first half of the game against Hawaii. Went in the locker room, got a drink, got some corrections made, and came back and played outstanding, I thought, in the second half, and really found a way to get his team a victory. And I would expect to see him start off that way today.
And a fumble on the first play. Indiana's right there on it. Critical mistake out of the jump. And Mikhail Kamara, who has been the star of this defense, picks it up.
Well, this is confusion in the backfield. This looks like an RPO. The line is blocking run, and the running back, TJ Harden, is going to run like a run play. He's got his arm up to make a pocket to handle the handoff, and his elbow hits the football because Garbers was going to read to just throw this out to a quick throw to the wide receiver, and the back knocked the ball out of his hands. He's thinking run, and the only guy that is reading pass on that is the quarterback and the wide receiver, and that time it backfired.
A little surprising potentially to see them go to the air right away. They had talked so much about establishing the run, which they didn't do against Hawaii, and just like that, a ridiculous immediate red zone opportunity for Indiana. The handoff, Lawton explodes forward for 4.
Well, no, it was a run play. I mean, it was a run pass option. To watch all the linemen and watch the back, they're running a run play. Watch TJ Harden put his arms up to make a pocket to take the handoff. But Garbers opted to go for the quick throw because he thought the numbers against the run were not favorable. And unfortunately, his running back knocked the ball out of his hand.
So we'll see how Garbers responds. Todd mentioned in that first game against Hawaii, that second half, and he talked about it. He wants to be the second half version for 4 quarters. Rourke back to the air, all day in the pocket. Now step up, looking to escape, extends the play and just dirts it.
Now, pretty good coverage. We've seen some wide open receivers for Indiana in that first possession, finding holes in the zone defense, beating man-to-man. That time, Rourke had plenty of time and even extended the play a little longer, but nowhere to go with the football. So good discipline in the back end of that UCLA defense that finds themselves with their back against the wall for the second time in the ball game.
Keanu Williams limped off, defensive tackle for this UCLA defensive unit after that last play. It's a 3rd and 7. Indiana 3 for 3 on 3rd down on their opening drive.
Looks like Kurt Cignetti wants a timeout. Doesn't like something.
Timeout, Indiana.
So the Hoosiers will talk it over. And Kurt Cignetti, he always seems to be spinning the hits. No matter where he goes, you go to Indiana, Pennsylvania, 53-17 record, the 3 Division II playoff appearances in 12, 15, and 16. Then you move on. Elon, before he got there, abysmal, 12-45. He went 14-9, turned that program around, did the same thing at James Madison, and helped guide them now into this FBS era that they're in. Back-to-back Sun Belt titles, the 52-9, and for a program that it was so lackluster the last 3 years, and it really just felt like they needed a fresh bit of energy. He has brought every bit of that.
Absolutely, and not just him. I mean, he brought 7 staff members from James Madison and 13 players that are all starting or playing significant roles that have helped to kind of transform the mindset of this Indiana team.
It's been a near perfect start for Rourke overall, but definitely on 3rd down. He looks to convert another one here. Leave it open. Wow. Williams.
What a call.
Touchdown. Weaving his way through this Bruin defense, and Indiana with the immediate gut punch in this opening quarter.
Well, even if it's not a touchdown, it's going to be a 1st and goal. What a great call on 3rd and long. Here's the end of the play. The ball just has to break the plane first. Is the knee down? I don't think so. He's got balance there. Is the forearm down? That's the question.
The forearm has to be the key here. It looks like this is going to stand as a touchdown, and probably understandably so. It's right there. I mean, it is within inches. But the extra point is about to be kicked, and Radicic looking to make this 14-0, and does midway through this opening quarter. They scored touchdowns on their first 6 offensive possessions last week. The defense helping them out, giving them the immediate red zone opportunity on the fumble. Cash in, Rourke to Williams for 7 more, 14-0. Hoosiers up big.
Two, please, thank you.
Dad, that's Matt Liner.
Twins.
Twins?
Hey, look at us. Team Discover in the house.
Too much.
I like your style. Discover cashback, am I right? That's how we roll. Hey, maybe we'll see you out in the stands. Nah, I'm just here for cashback.
Earn cash back at the places you like to shop. Discover, proud sponsor of the Big Ten.
This is the story of a tight connection, and oh, you're holding the plane? Okay, we're good.
Question. If you can't see what's behind all this, how do you already know? It's Jeep. Probably the same way you know if a T-Rex is chasing a Jeep Wrangler.
It's getting away.
Yep. Or if it takes you places that make you say,
whoa!
and their hair looks like this, or someone says,
The doors come off.
then you just know what it was, what it is, and what it always will be. Because when you're an original, there's only one.
Alice loves the scent of Gain so much, she wished there was a way to make it last longer. Say hello to your fairy godmother, Alice. And long-lasting Gain scent beads, part of the irresistible scent collection from Gain.
Derek Henry.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I saved so much bundling, it inspired my workout. Auto! Home!
Okay. And this is Auto again, right?
Auto!
Hey, this is my living room.
Home!
Bundling. Just another way to save with the personal price plan.
The dog isn't allowed on the couch, Derek.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Sunday night, the future is now.
Welcome to the future.
Caleb Williams and the Bears.
Off the charts talent. What a rocket.
CJ Stroud and the Texans.
Welcome to the future.
Sunday Night Football on NBC and Peacock.
14-0 Hoosiers, and when Mike Kadick let Jay Toia go through on this, they should have said, uh-oh, the only guy that can stop the middle screen is that umpire. There's nobody there. Perfect play call and execution, and what a wise timeout by Coach Signetti. Signetti get the play called they wanted on that third down play, and once again on third down, Curtis Rourke comes through in a big way.
Now we'll see if UCLA can find a response. That's going to be out of bounds, so this is a little bit of a break to try to give them some momentum in this first quarter. Quintero, who is the new kickoff man for Indiana after they had an injury at the position, just couldn't quite get it to the end zone.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team number 96. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. It's first down, UCLA.
So we already saw the turnover forced by this Indiana defense. UCLA has only had it for 10 seconds. Kamara was the man who scooped up that fumble, but it's the linebacking core similar to what we see for UCLA that leads the way.
Yeah, very active guys, the two leaders in tackles, the two leaders in big plays, and the defensive front likes to create havoc.
Garbers delivers on his first completion, and Mokiao Atamalala makes the catch for a gain of 4.
Eric Bieniemy, the new offensive coordinator for UCLA, came from the Washington Commanders and the Kansas City Chiefs many years before that. I think he wanted to give Garbers a safe completion right there to get it back into a rhythm. But I would expect, even though they're down 2 touchdowns, UCLA has to get back to running the football. They have to find their identity again running the football. They were not successful, only 71 yards against Hawaii in week 1.
They were 6th in the country in rushing yards per game 2 years ago. They were 16th last year, and that was dangerous, nearly intercepted. Diving attempt by D'Angelo Pons, couldn't quite get to it in time, 3rd and 6.
Tried to get the ball to Sturdivant, his big receiver, right off the hands. That's a catchable football. Lucky it didn't turn into the second turnover of the game. The quarterback is throwing it away from Aiden Fisher, that linebacker who was coming from inside, but that's got to be a ball that's caught by Sturdivant.
4 for 13 third downs against Hawaii. They trailed that game 10-0 at halftime, already down 14-0 here. Well, we've seen the unflappable nature of Garbers. And has it again, Logan Loya right at the sticks. They're going to give him the first down.
Well, a really good job hanging on to this because Jameer Johnson, the field corner, number 9, kind of peeled back. It's kind of a trap coverage. So when he sees that number 2 receiver break out, he's peeling back in to put a hit. And credit Loya for hanging on to the football despite taking quite a hit from Jameer Johnson.
Both these teams looking to prove that they belong in the Big Ten. For UCLA, they want to show that they have the physicality in this conference. But for Indiana, with all of these transfers, mostly from James Madison, they're trying to showcase, hey, we belong in a power conference. Handed around the edge, Motiao Atamalala. And he spun down across that first down marker.
Late flag also at the end of the play. Early indication is a holding penalty. He's going to probably negate this play.
Holding. Offense number 71. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
Well, it's nice to have your tackles back, but Ruben Unije called for the hold there.
trying to get to the second level, and there you see he's got a hold of the jersey, and as the defender tries to turn is where it gets called. Whether Isaiah Jones, number 46, could have made the play, who knows? But when he turned to try to go to the ball and you see that tug, that's what drew the flag and wiped out a very nice running play by UCLA.
Bruins believe they can run the football because Unijay's back on the left side. DeGiorgio's back at right tackle. Dump it down. And the tight end, Mataval, trying to push his way forward, gets past the original line of scrimmage and makes it 2nd and 9.
Really a nifty little play. I mean, a lot of action on this play. And the lead blocker actually was the blocking back, or the back who faked it. Watch number 22 get out and lead block on this screen. Does a nice job. And Mataval, who is an up-and-coming star, I think, at tight end. Eric Bieniemy thinks he's got a chance to be a big-time player with a nice completion there.
Bruins without Hudson Habermill, who tore his ACL in spring practice, the number 1 tight end on this roster. Garbers looking to get out of trouble. Rolling. Garbers keeping. He can do this with his legs and does turn it into a positive play to make it 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, that's the key. He didn't try to force a bad throw back across the field. He eluded pressure. And when it wasn't there, he just got what he could get and lived to play a manageable 3rd down play.
He's not a dual threat quarterback, but his legs are a threat. Yeah, if that makes sense. And we saw that in that first game against Hawaii.
Yeah, 7 carries, 47 yards. He was far and away the leading rusher for them in that game. He has that ability.
Makes it 3rd down and 6. 2 veteran quarterbacks, 2 first-year head coaches within their programs, and a 3rd down and 6. Looking to convert once again.
Be a time for Rico Flores here.
Garbers on the run. Garbers putting his body on the line, but he's short. It'll be 4th down and 1. Decision time across midfield.
Yeah, I think they're going to decide to go for it. You know, Deshaun Foster, former running back. Eric Bieniemy, former running back. They want their offensive line, now that it's healthy, to kind of assert themselves, and what better opportunity than right here on a 4th and 1.
They're going to bring in the big back, Anthony Atkins, 6'2", 245, 5th-year senior transfer from Army. They bring in the fullback tight end combo of Jack Peterson in the game as well. Jumbo lineup. Let's see if they can go for it here on 4th and 1. TJ Harden in the game. Hand it. Harden pushes forward. Looks like he's got it. Jameer Johnson trying to push him back, but Harden with just enough strength moves the sticks.
Yeah, nice block by that fullback who came in. And Harden is, he's a big guy. He's a big physical runner. He can push the pile. He had 9 carries for only 9 yards a week ago. And he's just a much better player than that. Ran for over 100 in their bowl win over Boise State last December. They need to find a way to get him going in this game now.
The 8 touchdowns led the team on the ground. Deshaun Foster described he and Jones as thunder and lightning. Get it back to thunder, trying to make some noise, and picks up 3.
They feel like this defense, as good as they are for Indiana through the first 2 games, because their defensive line likes to get upfield and get into the backfield, sometimes they take themselves out of plays. They felt like, Eric Bieniemy felt like, if we can just get a hat on a hat and stay on blocks, we'll have some creases, because sometimes they take themselves out of running lanes by their ability to get upfield.
IU defensive coordinator Bryant Haynes loves to play aggressive football. He tries to find splash plays, as that one's going to fall incomplete to Mokiao Atamalala. Haynes loves the splash plays, which is essentially the equivalent of what an explosive play is offensively. A large run or a long pass. It's tackles for losses, it's sacks, it's fumble recoveries like we saw on the first drive.
Well, and for the last couple of years at James Madison, they did that. They sacked the quarterback. They got tackles for loss. They got takeaways. I mean, that was their identity, and they played fast and aggressive, and that's the personality of Coach Cignetti, and it's also the personality of Bryant Haynes.
44 sacks for James Madison last year. Here's 3rd and 7. Here comes the pressure. Garbers hit as he threw it. And the flag, is it down? It is.
It is.
He got leveled by Jalen Walker.
He got hit in the head. I mean, Jalen Walker was in there under pressure, and the arm came across the face.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Number 2, defense. 15-yard penalty for the previous spot. Automatic 1st down.
He beat the back. I mean, it was a good rush, And it was after he hit the arm. He hit the arm first, and then it came up into the helmet area. It wasn't late. It just was in the wrong place. And that was a mistake by T.J. Harden. He was responsible for that blitz pickup. And very lucky he didn't get his quarterback hurt.
Walker and Aiden Fisher, the two linebackers, they compete with those splash plays. We'll see them and continue that aggression throughout the day as Keegan Jones pushes the pile forward for 3.5.
Important drive right here for UCLA, Noah. You know, they've had the turnovers, they've had some mistakes. They got down quickly. They were down 10-0 in the first half in week 1. They wanted to start faster today. This is an important drive to answer with some form of points on the scoreboard.
TB, you wonder how much that 10-0 deficit and the way they played in the second half still gives them solace, understanding how early it is in this game. Garbers, off play action. Has to get away. He won't. Down he goes. Amari Farrell coming in from the backfield.
Well, they brought pressure, but they dropped guys out too. Watch these linebackers turn and run as they bring Farrell on the pressure. They're going to bring pressure from the other side, but they're dropping out and they cover everybody, and that's one where Garber's nowhere to go with the ball and unable to throw it away. Timely pressure that time with Amari Farrell coming off the edge.
Farrell, one of the few holdovers from Indiana's previous teams. Just a sophomore, but continuing to get better. Has an interception already on the season. Dump it down, back to Monteval. And he spun out across the 25 to the 23.
Well, good defensive stand by Indiana. Timely pressure called by Brian Haynes knocked him back. And again, very important for the Bruins to put 3 points on the board here.
Mateen Bogani had the game-winning 32-yard field goal in week 1, 3 for 3 in that game, including that game winner with 56 seconds remaining. This one's going to be from 41 yards out. Longest he had in week 1 was 37. His career long is 43. And Bogani does not get it to go. Curved out to end the first quarter. UCLA with all the positive momentum built up on that drive offensively, and they've got nothing to show for it. Indiana with a big burst to start this game. 14-0 lead for the 2-0 Hoosiers, and Curt Cignetti flexing on the West Coast early. Saturday, that's been plenty of fun in college football. We welcome you back. Noah Eagle, Todd Blackledge, Catherine Tappan. There were a lot of questions. Indiana's first 2 games, was that real? I think they proved in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, they came out and executed. They had a couple penalties that set them back, but Rourke was very hot throwing the football, and it really starts up front. I mean, the protection has been outstanding so far in this game. That's why Rourke is 6 for 8 for 82 yards. 4-man rush, pressure rushes, it didn't matter. The front 5 for Indiana doing a solid job keeping a clean pocket for Curtis Rourke. And he's able to move his eyes, use his eyes, scan the field, go from one receiver to the next. It all starts up front. And an impressive 14-0 start for the Hoosiers.
And how much did Curt Cignetti stress that to us? He said, we've got to keep Curtis clean. Yeah. Because he knew if they could do that and they gave him a clean pocket, he can see the field. He's so seasoned, so experienced, and he's found a number of receivers already, 4 different receivers that he's hit, including the 2 touchdowns.
And in honesty, even though they won the first game against FIU, they did not do a great job protecting the quarterback. He was sacked twice. He was chased out of the pocket a few more times. Much better in week 2, but again, different level of competition. Tonight they're doing it against a Big Ten team, and they're showing really well.
After the missed field goal to end the first quarter, Justice Ellison into the running back for Indiana to start the second. Play action, over the middle, another catch. This time it's Amar Cooper Jr. Close to the first down. We go to KT.
Yeah, well, UCLA is without defensive tackle Keanu Williams. He came off the field, as you mentioned earlier. Noah, you can see him right here on crutches. They were massaging the right ankle above his sock and tape line. He was in the medical tent for about 20 minutes. Both shoes and socks were off at that time. He's got a right boot on his foot. and they had some ice packs in there as well. So he's headed to the locker room, and that's not good news for UCLA, guys.
No, Williams, the redshirt junior, looks like he'll be replaced by the fifth-year senior Sativani Havili Kafusi. Another completion, and Surratt with a little extra pain on the end of it as he's ushered out of bounds. Lower the shoulder for 16.
I don't know what Kanye Clark, number 1, is doing. This is a bailout. He's still running back. I mean, that's such an easy throw and catch. But that corner is playing so deep on the bailout. Wasn't even a factor in the play.
Now, usually Waffle House comes with some sweet syrup.
Yeah.
That time it was more jalapeno spice.
And the crazy thing is there are no Waffle Houses in Bloomington, Indiana.
You checked, right?
I'm a big fan of Waffle House. I know where they are.
I'm with you. 24 hours. Ellison goes through and picks up 4. We go back to KT.
Well, guys, I can tell you he is not eating Waffle House. That is because he told me earlier this week he knew he had to make some changes as a starter in this Indiana offense, and that included his diet. He said, I completely cut out fried foods this summer. My body started to feel so much better. It transformed on the field. I'm running routes better. I've become more disciplined in every aspect of my game. He said, I'm managing it. If I go to Chick-fil-A, it's rare, but if I do go, I'm going to get the fries, because who goes to Chick-fil-A and doesn't get fries? But, guys, he's looking good out there today.
Especially waffle fries, if we're being honest, Catherine. 1,000%. Surratt, a couple of nice catches already, and now Ellison adding to his tally across the 40 and a first down.
And right away you see the absence of Keanu Williams. Where he really shows up in this UCLA defense is in the run defense, running right into that area that he would normally be. Again, good blocking at the point of attack, following Zach Horton, the tight end, and just a push. And right now we are seeing this offensive line of the Indiana Hoosiers just being more physical at the point of attack than UCLA.
Curt Cignetti called the trip to the Rose Bowl a business trip, and they have worked with a business-like mentality so far. Nice quick play made, grabbing at the ankles, and Havili Kafusi kind of stopped him in his tracks.
You almost feel like UCLA has to get a turnover here because they have not figured out a way to slow down Curtis Rourke. And right now they've got a little blend of run pass, which kind of puts that defense on their heels a little bit. They need a big play from their defensive unit on this drive.
Balanced attack so far for the Hoosiers. 10 runs, 10 passes. 20 plays have resulted in 130-plus yards. Checked up in the air and incomplete. Miles Cross, who caught one of the touchdowns. And it's 3rd and 9.
A good coverage by Devin Kirkwood. He's really a big corner. He's listed at 6'3", 205, and he was all over the intended receiver on that one to break it up.
Indiana so far 4 for 4 on 3rd down. It's been Rourke picking apart this UCLA defense.
Have not been able to create any pressure on Curtis Rourke so far.
Haven't seen a ton of Horton. Now they put him in motion. Handoff, Lawton up the middle, and he's dragged down across the 35 to the 33. It'll set up 4th and maybe 6, and that'll be curious to see what Curt Cignetti decides to do.
Well, it looks like his offense is on the field, and probably the reason Mike Shanahan made that call was because Curt Cignetti said, look, we're going for it on 4th down. So you got 2 plays to pick up this yardage. We're out of field goal range. They went for the run on 3rd down. Let's see what they do here on 4th. Got to believe it's a throw here.
Rourke 8 for 11. Pressure off the edge. Picked up. Rourke incomplete. Tight coverage on the outside by Kanye Clark, and they force the turnover. UCLA with a little bit of a spark early in this 2nd quarter at the Rose Bowl.
All right, let's run that again.
Geico has fast fare claims 24/7 right on the Geico app.
To file a claim, just tap.
Just tap right here to upload pictures, customer.
Try getting on a first name basis.
Sure. Vicky.
To track your status, just click. Super easy.
They're connecting with the mannequins.
You're doing great, everyone.
Ooh, you're a pro.
Scroll, tap, scroll. Ouch! Oh, I'm cramping.
Yeah, we've all been there.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
I overdid it. Like a showboat, I just overdid it.
Brisket is back at Chipotle. Seasoned, smoked, seared, spiced, sauced. bold, and guacked. It's a whole new kind of brisket, done the Chipotle way.
Check-in time is 3.
It's 2:55.
I know.
Is this what he's doing now?
As your host, I have some rules. First, no showers longer than 5 minutes. This isn't a spa. No games, no fun.
Yes, Coach.
Meanwhile, at a Verbo, when other vacation rentals make you share your turf with a host, try one you have all to yourself.
This one is for you.
Today, let's paint with Behr, America's most trusted paint brand.
Wait, we don't have Behr.
Well, with Behr, you can paint a whole room for under $100. How much did you spend?
More?
I thought you said you researched this.
Don't overpay for your next project. Get Behr quality at an everyday low price, only at the Home Depot.
Since my City Custom Cash Card automatically adjusts to earn me more cash back in my top eligible category, suddenly life's feeling a little more automatic. Like doors opening wherever I go. Even the ground is moving for me. Y'all seen this? Wild. And I don't even have to activate anything. Ooh, automatic sashimi.
Earn cash back that automatically adjusts to how you spend with the City Custom Cash Card.
Tomorrow night, Caleb Williams and the Bears take on C.J. Stroud and the Texans. Football Night in America begins at 7 p.m. Eastern on NBC and Peacock. Well, Mercedes Lewis, Bears tight end, also a UCLA tight end from 2002 to 2005. First team all-conference in 05, still getting it done.
Wow. At
the NFL level 19 years later. Pretty remarkable career, one of the best blocking tight ends, certainly at his position through his career. That's an incompletion from Garbers to make it 2nd and 10.
I'm going to go back to this 4th down play. 2 big things happen for UCLA. First of all, Kane Medrano, number 20 right here, is going to get pressure. And he's going to force Rourke to step up and throw it a little early. Secondly, Kanye Clark, we showed him bail out, number 1, a couple plays ago. This time, man-to-man coverage, tight coverage, and knocks the ball away. 2 big-time things happen for the UCLA defense on that 4th down. Let's see now if their offense can capitalize.
Got Harden and Jones both in the game. We saw Jones play mostly as a slot receiver last year. He's got the handoff here. Scampers up through and picks up 9. Makes it 3rd and 1.
Nice run by Jones. He's not very big, but the coaches said he may be one of the strongest guys on our team, pound for pound. He's versatile. Deshaun Foster said, you know, we'll play him at slot also because at the next level, he'll probably be a slot receiver, return guy. Very versatile back, and a nice run there on 2nd down.
John Foster said it's not about carries for him, it's about touches, just getting the football in his hands. He goes off on 3rd down and 1. Fake it to Harden. Garbers rolls. Garbers won't get there. Excellent play by James Carpenter, the big man, moving his feet and forcing 4th down.
Well, excellent job by Carpenter and excellent defense. It was a zone defense, and nobody was open. Garbers had 2 or 3 receivers, but none of them open, and then Carpenter chased him to the sideline. Carpenter, one of those transfers, played a lot of football at James Madison over the last few years. Came up with a big-time play right there.
Brody Richter, transfer punter from Northern Arizona, is going to boot it away. Miles Price is as dangerous a punt returner as you can find basically across the country. The phrase that they use at Indiana is free Miles Price. They're waiting for him to break one. Not this time on the fair catch, just around the 10-yard line. And Indiana will have to go the length of the field after a 50-yard punt. Curtis Rourke coming up next.
Everywhere but the seat. The seat is leather.
Alan, we get it. You love your bike. We do too.
That's why we're America's #1 motorcycle insurer.
But do you have to wedge it into everything?
What? I don't do that. This reminds me of my bike. The wolf was about the size of my new motorcycle. Have you seen it, by the way? Happy birthday, Grandma!
Really?
Look how the brushstrokes follow the line on a gas tank.
Hey!
Brought my +1. Jamie.
Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
Blocked from watching the big match? Save the day by using the Bank of America customized cash rewards card and choose to earn 3% cash back on online purchases, like live streaming.
At Papa John's, get an extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. It's a mouth-watering, stretched thinner, made bigger, more for your money, extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. Better get you some Papa John's.
School nights mean early to bed and early to date. Elevate your fall wardrobe. Save during our customer appreciation event and earn Kohl's Cash.
Four legendary coaches take the field.
I'm starstruck.
Get in where you fit in.
This season will be full of Hail Marys.
Illegal use of an animal.
The Voice, Monday, September 23rd on NBC and Peacock.
Big Ten Saturday Night is brought to you by Genesis Motor America. Learn more at genesis.com. By Progressive Insurance, the right call for your home and car. And by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once. Well, some history certainly at this venue, but you talk about 68 and 86. 68 was the last time Indiana was playing here at the Rose Bowl. That's the wide receiver from that team, Eric Stolberg, one of two members of the team in attendance, along with linebacker Ken Kaczmarek. And it's been a long time coming. They brought plenty of fans. We even saw at the hotel a lot of Indiana red, and excited to fill this iconic stadium. Their offense has shown up with a couple of touchdown drives already. They'll have to go 90 yards to do the same here. Justice Ellison, the running back. Rourke back to the air. Lets it fly. Another completion. And Surratt continues to rack up the stats for a gain of 6.
And Rourke doing a really nice job of being decisive and getting the ball out of his hands. Again, this UCLA defense likes to bring pressure. Last year they had 43 sacks, which was their most as a team since 2012, 6th most in college football. But their top 3 sack guys all are gone. I mean, they combined for 26 of the 43. Latu and the 2 Murphy twins.
All down to the NFL. Miles Cross, little run after the catch, and spilled out across the 25 to the 29.
Again, just play action pass, but the ball is out quick. Find the hole, sit down, and then a little run after the catch.
Swessinger looked like he was in position to make the play, and Cross with a nice juke to put him on the ground.
Curtis Rourke is being very patient. They have not taken any shots down the field. Everything has been underneath, intermediate stuff, taking what the UCLA defense will give him.
It's been a Rourke at quarterback at Ohio for the last nearly 8 years, as Curtis delivers to the outside and Horton with the catch and short gain. For Curtis's older brother Nathan was the starting quarterback there, both from Canada, and Nathan was the one who fell in love with football. He grew up loving Brett Favre and the Packers. Curtis said, I just want to be like my older brother, and he has certainly found that rhythm over the course of his college career.
Yeah, they both had excellent careers there in Ohio. Hey, look, that's a good level of football, good caliber of football in the Mid-American Conference, and they were both very decorated during their time there.
Rourke said proving that he could play in the Big Ten was certainly a big factor of coming to Indiana. That one was in harm's way and dropped the interception. Devin Kirkwood had it in his grasp and couldn't squeeze it.
Again, you just get the feeling like UCLA needs a play like this Kirkwood had eyes on the quarterback, read it all the way, and had he not been hit by his own defender from the inside, he probably would have intercepted this. Ball wobbled on its way out, and Oladeju, number 2, hit his own man on the way out and knocked the ball out. Otherwise, that would have been a pick.
So friendly fire on the dropped interception, and it's now 3rd and 7. Rourke still 4 for 4 on 3rd down. Pressure comes. Rourke gets rid of it. Perfectly delivered in stride across.
Well, what a touch pass. Now UCLA is going to bring inside pressure, but there's going to be a spy. There's going to be one guy in the middle. Number 4 is going to be a spy. Watch the ball go right over his hands into his receiver. He knows pressure's coming. He knows he's going to get hit. Delivers the football with touch right over Brian Addison, who was a spy. And Brian Addison is 6'5", so he's not a little DB. Had to get that ball over his head.
5 for 5 on 3rd down for Rourke. Now Lawton chewing it up on the ground and picks up 3. Kane Madrano wrapped him up. Just past the midway point of this 2nd quarter, Indiana 35 yards on the ground, 146 through the air. Balanced attack for Mike Shanahan in this offense, and right now UCLA is still just searching for some answers.
Well, they almost had a pick there. I mean, they need something like that to happen. They got the stop on 4th down the last possession, but other than that possession, I mean, Indiana has just moved the ball, and they've converted 5 of 6 on 3rd down.
Rourke, good protection, lofts it, incomplete, left it short of Omar Cooper.
See, here's the challenge right now for the UCLA defensive staff is if we bring pressure and don't get home, we're exposed in man coverage. And they've got some pretty good wides. Here's tempo now by Indiana, and UCLA is not set. The referee is actually giving them time because there was substitutions. And now they've got the people in places where they want it.
Receivers had to get set. Omar Cooper was initially lined up offside, did check with that side judge. And the play clock was counting down. Seemed like some confusion. They're going to reload it at 25.
Well, all this favors UCLA because they were not set and ready for a quick snap that Indiana looked like they were trying to execute.
Play clock now down to 7. 3rd and 7. Rourke. Lofts, complete. Lawton lost his footing. Good pursuit by Stewart. It's 4th and short. And again, that kind of gray area. We'll see if Indiana leaves the offense on the field.
I think they will. You know, I don't think this is anywhere near the range of their field goal kicker. Feels like his defense is playing very solid. Even if they don't make this 4th down, defense can come up with some plays.
4th and 3, beware of that hard count.
There it was.
Just enough. The question was there movement first? You see there's a flag both on the sideline and back towards the 43 behind the play.
Everybody's pointing at each other, pointing the other way. UCLA says it's against you. Indiana says no, it's against you.
There's one thing Curt Cignetti will not stand for. It's penalties.
Offside. Defense, number 97. 5-yard penalty results in the 1st down.
That's the transfer from Navy, Jacob Busick.
It was a hard count.
I'm not sure Busick was ever offside.
I don't. 97 might have been the wrong number unless he lined up offsides. He didn't move.
It looked like if it was anybody, it was Ale Cajo who maybe jumped.
Yeah, I don't quite get that one. Unless they just mis-ID'd the number.
So, it gives Indiana a fresh set of downs. And Rourke a fresh opportunity. On the run, Rourke knocked away. Another nice play by Kanye Clark.
Again, what you choose. If you want to bring pressure, you're going to play man-to-man. If you're going to rush 3 or 4 and play zone, you got to hope that you can close the gaps in your defense, and Rourke doesn't see it. And right now, he's been seeing both man and zone. He's been on point.
what we hear from both of these teams is the brotherhood that they've each formed with the entirety of the roster. And Akaika Malloy, the defensive coordinator for UCLA, has really brought that camaraderie of a position group feel to the entire defense. Handoff, Ellison, bounce it, and lowers the shoulder to the 35.
Boy, what great quick penetration by Jay Toia, number 93, right in the middle. I thought he was going to get a tackle for loss, but Ellison was able to bounce it out. Watch 93, how quick off the ball. He gets into the backfield and almost gets a tackle for loss. Instead, Ellison bounces it outside for a nice gain.
You asked Deshaun Foster about Toia, and he said, I played with a guy named Chris Jenkins.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of him. He might not be as big, but some of his intangibles and skill sets translate like that. He forces it now 3rd and 3 after the nice gain. Rourke, a lot of contact away from the ball, lofts it. Oh, it's caught! Miles Cross down to the 1. Spectacular effort.
Great read by Rourke. His eyes are great. Look, everybody's up here. There's no safety back there. Rourke knows. He's got man-to-man. Just loft the ball up and let my guy run under it. He's got leverage on the defender and a great throw.
Right to it. Ellison stays on his feet, pushing the pile. He's in. Touchdown, Indiana. What a cap. What a drive.
Again, do you bring pressure? Do you play zone? That time, UCLA brought all-out pressure, zero coverage, no help in the middle. Rourke saw it, recognized it, and made the proper read and throw. And then Ellison pays it off with the touchdown.
He comes off a little gingerly, but it's been the connection of the Ohio transfers. Rourke and Cross, who connected on a touchdown in the first quarter. Rourke now getting some extra attention himself, and Ellison extending this. They're going to have to take a look to make sure he got in.
Again, you know, Curt Cignetti, as we take a look at this play that was called a touchdown, hitting the backfield, keeps his balance, and then charging forward towards that goal line.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah. When Curt Cignetti told us, look, when we went Rourke, he was the best available for us. And all the transfers that he brought in, not just the ones from JMU, all of them, he wanted guys that had played a lot of football, right? He didn't want guys who were just backups on great teams that didn't play. He wanted guys that had played. And Rourke was one of those guys. And you see that in the way he's seeing the coverages in the field today. And there's probably no coverage or anything that he hasn't seen in his career. And he's reacting very well today.
We said the example that he gave is you're taking a guy, because we saw he's a win now coach. Everywhere he's gone, even the turnarounds, they've been immediate. Year one, he's never had a losing season. The example he gave is when you get a guy who's played a lot, who's thrown a lot of passes, thrown a lot of touchdowns, the biggest thing is he understands when it's 2nd and 12, let's get back to 3rd and manageable. Let's find a way after a penalty, it's 1st and 15, get it to 2nd and 8. And we've already seen that in this first half out of Rourke.
The ruling on the field of a touchdown is confirmed.
As expected, the Ellison score does stand, and it will be an extra point away from a 21-0 Indiana lead. Now, this is a clinic from that experienced group on both sides of the ball. And now UCLA, they have 4:21 remaining, all 3 timeouts, the 2-minute timeout, and they're getting the football to start the second half. They still have a lot of runway here, but they've got to find a way to get some points on the board on this next drive. Radicic looking to add the extra point. And does, but a whistle and a flag.
False start. Offense, number 93. 5-yard penalty. We'll replay the try.
Ellison still getting looked at. Looked like he got chopped at the knee area by Addison initially.
You know, no, I think one of the things that's happened in this game is I think UCLA expected that Indiana would come out and really go heavy, big personnel, 1 and 2 tight ends, really try to pound the football. And Indiana came out throwing. They came out with more open formations throwing the football, and I think it really caught UCLA off guard. And they've been scrambling ever since the opening possession.
Second attempt. Radicic gets that one to go. 21-0 Indiana advantage. Curtis Rourke showing off on the West Coast. What a grab by Cross. What a finish from Ellison. It's all Hoosiers in the first half.
There's no one way to power up, as long as Ford is your starting line. Because more important than the power you choose is what you choose to do with it. Gas, hybrid, or all electric, the power is yours.
Blocked from watching the big match? Save the day by using the Bank of America customized cash rewards card and choose to earn 3% cash back on online purchases, like live streaming.
Stand up!
Hey, you can't do that.
What?
Jules, tell her.
You can't watch football without Tostitos. What do you think? What?
Yeah.
With so much great entertainment out there, wouldn't it be easier if you could find what you want all in one place?
My favorites.
Get Xfinity Stream Saver with Netflix, Apple TV Plus, and Peacock included for only $15 a month.
I'm putting together a party for some of the biggest gangsters in the country. This here is gonna be a night that we never gonna forget.
Groovy, baby.
The Voice is back with two iconic new coaches. Snoop Dogg and Michael Bublé challenge Gwen Stefani and Reba McEntire September 23rd on NBC and Peacock. While you hear the term voice, The Voice, Keith Jackson is at the pinnacle of that, the voice of the Rose Bowl, the voice of Todd Blackledge winning the national championship, the voice of his very last game at this exact site, Texas and USC, in one of the most iconic games in college football history. Helped coin the term the granddaddy of them all right here in Pasadena.
Yeah, he was a wonderful man, too.
So UCLA will get the football back with 4:21 remaining. All three timeouts in the 2-minute timeout. Keegan Jones again will take it from the goal line. Jones spun down just across the 20, and this drive will start at the 22-yard line. Ethan Garbers and company looking for some momentum before the half. 4:15 to play in the second.
The 3 for Me only at Chili's is now available with the all-new Big Smasher Burger, piled up high with nearly half a pound of beef. Or you could settle for just some other burger at a drive-thru. Anyway, gonna need some room, cause the 3 for Me still fills up the table with the bottomless drink, all the famous Chili's chips and salsa you can eat, and is still the best deal around at just $10.99. See you later, tiny drive-thru burger. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
The perfect blend of design and performance. The new Genesis G80. Enjoy peace of mind with a 10-year or 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty exclusively at your local Genesis retailers.
At U.S. Bank, we think the best relationships should feel easy. Laughing should feel easy. Getting more serious should feel easy. And you know what else should feel easy? Setting up direct deposit to your new account. Obviously. Easy setup of direct deposit. Long-term happiness for all. That's the power of us.
Hey, girl.
I do not know the name of this girl.
What I do know is Neutral is a tasty seltzer made with real vodka and real fruit juice. This one I know. Little orangey. Neutral. Keep it tasty.
Siri, what's the name of the guy I had a meeting with a couple of months ago at Cafe Grinnell?
You met Zach Wingate at Cafe Grinnell.
Hey.
Zach!
Oh, wow, I didn't think you'd remember me.
Yeah, of course. As soon as I saw you, I'm like, it's Zach. Nobody walks like Zach.
Fridays.
Top notch, extraordinary.
USA is the new home of Friday Night SmackDown. It all goes down on Friday Night SmackDown on USA.
Joshua Perry here with the Game Break. We'll get you back out to the Rose Bowl shortly, but in Austin, Quinn Ewers out of the game at the moment with an apparent injury. Enter Arch Manning. This is a 19-yard touchdown pass to DeAndre Moore, and he's also added a 67-yard touchdown run. Texas is rolling. Back to you, Noah.
JP, that 67-yard touchdown round, the longest rush by a Texas quarterback since Vince Young in 2005. Wow. Not to mention, Steve Sarkisian just said Quinn Ewers' injury is a strained abdomen, so we'll keep eyes on the number 2 team in the country. Look at the United Cam here in Pasadena as UCLA tries to get their first points on the board. Garbers and company back out there. Garber surveys, delivers, Enrico Flores with his first catch for the game of 9.
Yeah, first target, first catch. He was the go-to guy in the win against Hawaii. 3 catches over 100 yards, a transfer from Notre Dame. But again, another first half struggle for this Bruin offense. Week 1, only 94 yards, and even worse tonight against a tough Indiana defense, under 50 yards.
You go back to last season, the LA Bowl, and then the first game against Hawaii. The last 2 second halves, UCLA has outscored its opponent 44-9 with Ethan Garbers in at quarterback. He has led comebacks. He knows what it feels like. He knows how to remain poised in these type of situations.
Hurry up offense for UCLA, and just because they're down 3 scores does not mean they have to abandon the run. There's a lot of time left in this game, and they cannot become just one-dimensional against this Indiana defense. They have to keep them honest with the run and pass.
They do get the football to start the second half. Delayed handoff, and a couple extra yards for TJ Harden on a power run. Aiden Fisher will be credited with the tackle.
Last year, this Indiana defense, well, not this one, but the Indiana defense that played last year was last in the Big Ten in total defense. 394 yards a game they allowed. The 3 years prior at James Madison, by this coaching staff and a lot of these players, one of the very best in the country at stopping the run, taking the ball away, and creating havoc plays.
Indiana had 20 sacks all of last year. There's another completion. Mataval with his 3rd catch and a first down.
And right there you see the arm talent of Garbers. I mean, when he has time and sets his feet, he can really drive the ball. Throws a pretty ball on time and on point for the first down. UCLA with all 3 of their timeouts, so they can be very judicious here. But it's critical that they find a way to get some points.
See if they get one more play off before the 2-minute timeout. Play action. Mataval couldn't get that one, and this will stop the clock with 2:03.
Boy, they missed an opportunity there, too, because they had 2 good lead blocks out there by the wideouts. Just an errant throw by Garbers. If he hits Mataval with this one, he's got room to run. Watch this and look out in front of Mataval. There's 2 blocks already in position. If he catches it and turns upfield with that big body, that's a big gain for the tight end.
Now instead it's 2nd and 10. UCLA with just 72 total yards of offense compared to 226 for Indiana. Garbers back to the air, steps up on the run, wide open, Rico Flores inside the 25.
Yeah, really nice job by Garber stepping up. There was pressure coming from his left. He felt it, manipulated the pocket, and got a big play right before the 2-minute timeout.
22 yards. It'll start from the 24 and a first down for UCLA next.
Set summer in motion with a Honda Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, new Civic Hybrid, or all-electric Prologue SUV. Take a vacation, staycation, or just a weekend drive with the windows down. Whatever you do, make it epic with Honda. The 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Overall EV and Hybrid Brand. So act now. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
2, please. Thank you.
Dad, that's Matt Liner.
Twins? Hey, maybe we'll see you out in the stands.
Nah, I'm just here for the cash back.
Earn cash back at the places you like to shop. Discover, proud sponsor of the Big Ten.
Why take less when you can get a beefy 5-layer burrito, a Chalupa Supreme, a double stacked taco, and a drink for just $7? It's Lux for less. Introducing the $7 Lux Cravings Box, only at Taco Bell.
Smile, you found it. The feeling of finding psoriasis can't filter out the real you. So go ahead, live unfiltered with the one and only Sotyktu, a once-daily pill for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis and the chance at clear or almost clear skin. It's like the feeling of finding you're so ready for your close-up, or finding you don't have to hide your skin, just your background. Once daily Sotyktu was proven better, getting more people clearer skin than the leading pill. Don't take if you're allergic to Sotyktu. Serious reactions can occur. Sotyktu can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections, cancers including lymphoma, muscle problems, and changes in certain labs have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, liver or kidney problems, high triglycerides, or had a vaccine or plan to. Sotyktu is a TYK2 inhibitor. TYK2 is part of the JAK family. It's not known if Sotyktu has the same risks as JAK inhibitors. Find what plaque psoriasis has been hiding. There's only one Sotyktu, so ask for it by name. So clearly you. Sotyktu.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
United Healthcare knows you've got your whole life ahead of you. It's nice to know you're free to focus on what matters with reliable Medicare coverage from United Healthcare.
With Discover, every fan earns cash back on their game day purchases. Discover, the official card of the Big Ten. Well, last night, Bishop Amat defeated Vista Marietta 47-42. And some high school football action out here on the West Coast. And UCLA offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy is an alum of Bishop Amat. Got to imagine that he enjoys seeing his alma mater put up 47 points. Wow. Some Friday night action.
He'd take some of those points right here.
He would. And TJ Harden trying to supply it, gains 3. All 3 timeouts. UCLA gets the ball to start the second half for Bieniemy and company.
And one unfortunate thing for UCLA, during the break, we saw one of their key weapons, Keegan Jones, being taken to the locker room. So he's not available right now during this possession. And he's a dynamic playmaker that they could use here in the red zone.
Second down and 7. Bryce Pierre, another tight end now in motion, split out wide. Garbers feeling the pressure. Garbers spins away, stays on his feet. There goes Ethan Garbers. Look out! Garbers brought down at the 1, picks up 20. What a play!
What a big time play. It's not been going great for him today. He's got a nice drive going here, and he eludes 2 free rushers and turns it into a big time play inside the 1. Or the 2, I should say. But what a heads up play by Garbers. Making some chicken salad right there.
Tides a career-long rushing attempt, 20 yards on the ground, just under a minute to play. TJ Harden in the back. Hand it to him. Harden, patient, touchdown. UCLA is on the board for the first time in a Big Ten matchup.
Nice little cut. Watch the little cut by Harden as he takes his hand off and he's following the block. The tight end just hops right around it. Aiden Fisher was coming on a pressure, number 4. He saw that his tight end could block him, but he had to hop outside of it and then walks into the end zone. Nice reaction in the hole by TJ Harden.
9 plays, 78-yard drive, 3 minutes and 39 seconds later. UCLA didn't even need to use a timeout. Bagani will come on, and Bagani makes it 21-7. So the Bruins finally popped the seal. It's Harden on the ground, going back to their bread and butter. And that running game gets them into the end zone, down 14. With a big win. Arch Manning in for the injured Quinn Ewers. We saw the touchdown pass. We'll take a look at that touchdown run as well. More top 10 teams in action around the country. All ahead with our crew back in the studio, as well as our crew here with us on the field. Ahmed Fareed back in the fold. Glad to have Ahmed back, along with Matt Castle. So 42 seconds left. Indiana does have 2 timeouts. Bagani will send it deep. And Solomon Van Horst, somebody that they really like in Bloomington, will call for the fair catch and make it.
Time now for our Nissan Big Shots. It's Curtis Rourke. You know, when a quarterback is relaxed, his eyes are working well. His vision of the field is great. Both his touchdowns, he's moving defenders with his eyes. He's relaxed. He's getting the ball into the hands of his guys, and he has been particularly devastating on 3rd down. 7 for 7 for 107 yards passing on critical 3rd down plays.
The overall numbers, uber efficiency, 2 touchdowns through the air, 1 touchdown for Ellison, the last one on the score. He's hit 7 different receivers already in this game. Cross and Surratt each with 4 catches. Price with 2, and Williams, Cooper, and Lawton all with 1. So let's see what the mentality is here. Remember, UCLA has the football to start the second half. We'll see if Indiana tries to push it at all. Hand it for Lawton. See if he can pick up a chunk. And he'll just fall forward for 4.
It doesn't look like Indiana is thinking about using a timeout. They're not huddling, but they're not playing with urgency. And I think Curt Cignetti's saying, you know what, we're in good shape. When we came out here, long flight, long road trip. We executed. We were physical at the line of scrimmage. We got a 2-touchdown lead. We'll go in at halftime and come out and play another 30 minutes.
Curt Cignetti, 121-35 in his head coaching career. 19-4 the last 2 years at the FBS level with James Madison. And his first Big Ten matchup as the head coach at Indiana. He has a 21-7 lead at halftime. Let's go down to KT.
Coach, a late score to end the half from your opponent there. We've seen that the first 2 games from you guys, but overall you have to be pretty satisfied with the first half of play from your team.
Well, I mean, we're 3 for 3 at the end of the half, letting the team score, and they get the ball first in the second half. So, yeah, we did a lot of good things. All right, we didn't get that corrected, but our defense has played well in the second half. So right now, you know, we got to go in there and come back out and 1 play at a time and get it done.
What message will you tell your team in order to sustain the pressure that we've seen in the first half?
We got to stop in the first drive, and we got to go down there and score.
Coach, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, Curt Cignetti and his team up by 14. We'll check in with the studio crew as Indiana looks to finish the job and stay perfect on the road. California in Pasadena. First half stats, you see the 3rd down proficiency for Indiana, and Rourke was perfect. 7 for 7, 108 yards, and the touchdown on 3rd down. The UCLA offense, first 3 drives really struggled, but that last drive they found something. 4 first downs, first points of the day. They'll get it to start the second half. The QB comparison, Garbers had the fumble on the first offensive snap for the Bruins, but the 73 yards, efficient day. Rourke has been nearly perfect throughout the day, and now we'll see if Garbers can find that momentum that they had to finish the first half.
Well, he played extremely well in the second half of their opening game at Hawaii, and he's going to need to play that way in this game. Can't turn the ball over again. And he's got to be patient. I mean, there's 30 minutes left in the game. You don't have to try to get all 14 back in this first possession.
Sean Foster delivered a powerful message to his team at halftime in Hawaii week 1. Needed to lock in, limit their mistakes. They did that. We'll see if they can find that same form in these final 2 quarters here and win their first game against a Big Ten foe as a member of the conference. Keegan Jones from the 5. And Jones explodes forward to the 25. That's where this drive will start to go down to KT.
Yeah, Noah, and while I didn't get all the details of what his halftime speech was this week to his team, I did just speak to Deshaun Foster, and he was upbeat. He was high in spirits. He said, we just showed what we are capable of doing on that scoring drive. He wants to see his team continue to sustain that offensive momentum. He said it gave us a lot of confidence. Defensively, he said there were a few miscues, but overall, he told his team just keep doing what we know we're capable of. And as Todd just mentioned, we did see a totally different Bruins team in the second half of that game against Hawaii. He's hoping for more of that here today against Indiana, guys.
Well, KT, he said that he was hoping to see the second half Ethan Garbers for the entire 4 quarters. Hasn't necessarily gotten that, but we do see what he did in the second half against Hawaii.
Yeah, and we still haven't seen a better running game and a bad snap, a mishandled snap on first down, and you go backwards. And that is not the way you want to start your first possession coming out of the locker room. That's a catchable snap. Again, both of these starting centers, that's Josh Carlin. Both Indiana and UCLA starting centers were starting guards last year. This is their first year as center. That was a good enough snap and just mishandled by Garbers, and they're behind the chains right away.
Josh Carlin mentioned shotgun has been a little bit more tricky for him, but he's getting closer and closer at the consistency needed at the position as they go on. Movement early.
Prior to the snap, the game was stopped to review the prior play.
And they're going to take a look at the last play. Let's take a look exactly what they're looking for.
Well, Garbers is suggesting they're looking at a possible targeting.
CJ West came in, and the crown of the helmet is there, and it is helmet-to-helmet contact. This is interesting after the fact. Again, you've got to have that crown of the helmet, eyes down to the ground, and it looks like West may have had that. It is very much subjective as to how you see that circumference within the crown. I don't know if we can get Terry McCauley in here. Terry, what are you looking for on this play here?
Well, Noah, in college football, a player recovering, making a recovery, is considered defenseless. So this doesn't have to be necessarily with the crown. Forcible contact to head and neck area would also make this a targeting foul. And it's going to be very subjective. Is this forcible contact? That's what the Big Ten Command Center is looking at right now.
So interesting, because we had the review guys in here before the game. They were talking about this very scenario. You know, what defines forcible contact, and it's subjective, you know, and so they're looking at that. You know, the crown of the helmet is pretty well defined at this point. And I was curious, and you answered, Terry. I mean, if a guy's going to recover a ball, does that make him defenseless or not? And if he's defenseless, that's a different part of the equation.
It is, Todd, and as we've looked at the replay, it does appear this is forcible. He comes in pretty hard with that helmet. It does look like it's forcible contact.
Again, you don't take
very likely this is going to be targeting.
Right, you don't necessarily take intent, right? The intent here, he's going down, ball's on the ground, he's coming up. To Terry's point, he is defenseless, and we'll get the eventual call from Brian Banks.
After review, offensive player number 4 was recovering a loose ball and is therefore defenseless. Number 8 of the defense made contact with force to his helmet while he was attempting to recover. Therefore, we have targeting on the play. Number 8 is disqualified from further participation. We have a 15-yard penalty for the previous spot with an automatic first down.
Terry all over that one, and that is a massive loss for this Indiana defense.
Yeah, well, we already saw UCLA lose one of their key stalwarts on the inside of the defense. Now we see CJ West having to leave the football game. Obviously not intentional. I mean, he's just trying to get the guy on the ground, maybe get the football. And it was an unfortunate collision, and they're going to get another 5 yards on the long count by Ethan Garbers. And perhaps Indiana just a little shook up right now after losing one of their guys.
Offside. Defense number 99. 5-yard penalty. It's still first down.
Heads up play by the center Carlin to grab Carpenter coming across that neutral zone.
How about our guy Carlin yesterday making sure we knew he had Versace glasses
I had to respect that, though.
It was strong.
Well, because we said, hey, I like your glasses.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, thanks so much. And then it was like a 5-second pause. He goes, they're Versace, by the way.
Right.
Oh, he's playing like Versace right now. 1st and 5, dump it off. Harden with room to run. T.J. Harden, show off the speed and the hops, the hurdle, the big gain. 1st down, Bruins, 24 yards.
An aggressive Indiana defense. Watch the patience of Garbers on this. He sells the screen. Let that rush come to him. Pressure from the outside, flips it out. And the guy we were just talking about, Josh Carlin, number 54, out leading the way. Beautifully timed and executed screen by this UCLA offense.
He cleared the pond, or the ponds. Leaps over D'Angelo, and it's 1st down. Garbers in trouble. Slips through. Right there. Mokiao Atamalala fighting forward, and it's a gain of 10.
Well, and we're seeing a different Ethan Garbers now. We're seeing a little bit of confidence. I mean, he's making plays. Again, eludes a free rusher. Linnell Carr was unblocked, and Garbers ducks underneath it, gets outside. His eyes were still downfield, and able to hit his receiver for a nice completion.
Garbers 4-2 as a starter last year. Didn't start that LA Bowl, came in and threw for 152, 2 touchdowns, 1 offensive MVP. Deshaun Foster said that epitomizes this kid. He's always ready for his moment, and he's leading his team down the field on this opening drive of the 2nd half as Harden spun forward, picking up 5.
Important that UCLA cashes in on this drive and takes advantage of the costly penalty, but also important that early in this 3rd quarter, the UCLA offensive line establishes themselves a little bit more. A little more physical presence up front, get this running game going, and protect their quarterback, Ethan Garbers. They did at the end of the 1st half. They need to continue that here in the 3rd quarter.
2nd down and 6, delayed handoff. Harden up the gut, and will get 1.5 yards. Aiden Fisher came up to make the play. Here's a critical 3rd down. UCLA 1 for 4 on 3rd down. They did convert on a 4th down in the 1st half.
Be interested to see if they try to find J. Michael Sturdivant. He's a big receiver. They don't need a lot of yards. He's a big body, can give you a big target. Let's see if they try to find a way to get him the football.
Garbers on 3rd down. Escapes. Rolling. Garbers going to take off and get it. 1st down, UCLA.
Well, he did this in the bowl game, and he did it against Hawaii. 47 yards on 7 carries, just extending the play, trying to hold on and throw the ball as long as he can, but he makes the right decision to run the football. Knows what he needs for the 1st down. Don't force a throw. Get the 1st down and give your team a chance here with 1st and goal on the 10. Really heads-up play.
So the drive continues. Productive start to the 2nd half. Garbers now up to 107 yards in the air. Jones split out wide, empty backfield. Garbers rifles end zone, nearly picked.
Yeah.
Fisher had the opportunity.
Yeah, he is lucky here. And Fisher is just reading the quarterback. Watch Fisher's eyes. Read, run under it, and just can't come down with the catch. Played it perfectly, read it perfectly, just didn't execute the finish. And Ethan Garber says, thank you very much, because that would have been devastating.
Both quarterbacks have had a couple of nearly costly throws that have been dropped. Fisher, the 28 tackles, but he just always seems to be in the right place at the right time. He's helped teach this.
Look at this backfield. Look at this.
Garber's lined up behind. Jones takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and it is read beautifully by this Indiana defense.
Yeah, Jalen Walker was not fooled. They tried to go a little trickery. And watch Jalen Walker read it and crash down from the outside. He was not fooled a bit. They asked Jalen Walker to do a lot of things in this defense. Lines up in a lot of different positions. Very athletic, very twitchy player. And made a big-time play right there on 2nd down.
That is one of those splash plays that defensive coordinator Brian Haynes is looking for. Makes it 3rd and goal from the 10. Play clock down to 5. Beams, end zone, too high, looking for Flores.
Well, another good stand by this Indiana defense. They were not able to hold up the last drive of the first half. We heard Kurt Cignetti express his disgust over that. But a big-time stand here. Brian Haynes, defensive coordinator, has to be pleased with that one.
So, Mateen Bagani will come back on, missed from 41 in the first half. This one's going to be from 28. He was 3 for 3 in week 1, including the game winner. Bagani is 1 for 2 here today. Trims the deficit to 11. UCLA gets points, the double dip, and within 11 points here.
My family isn't perfect. We're messy. We're loud. Yes! No, it's mine!
Anybody want this one effectively?
But I wouldn't want it any other way.
Good morning, everybody.
Danny, what are you doing up there?
Watching the fresh morning prep. The sizzling bacon, the slicing of the tomatoes, the popping of the fresh lettuce. You know, my lease says I get free subs. Freshly prepped every morning. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Blocked from watching the big match? Save the day by using the Bank of America customized cash rewards card and choose to earn 3% cash back on online purchases, like live streaming.
When life spells heartburn, how do you spell relief? R-O-L-A-I-D-S. Rolaids dual active formula begins to neutralize acid on contact. Rolaids spells relief.
This one is for you.
Jersey Mike's freshly slices it right in front of you. You can't fake that. You can fake my outfit. You can fake these haunches. You just can't fake a freshly sliced Jersey sub. Made the authentic Jersey way since 1956. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Bringing together teams representing the best of Europe and America.
For each side, this week is a battle for pride.
Suzanne Henderson wins the cup for Europe.
Welcome to the Solheim Cup.
On NBC and Peacock.
Don't miss the North London Derby featuring crosstown rivals Tottenham and Arsenal. Premier League tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern on USA. Iconic moment, Brandy Chastain statue right outside of the Rose Bowl, the 1999 World Cup. United States women's national team securing a victory and celebrating properly here in Pasadena. UCLA faithful. It is worth noting students are not in session yet at UCLA. So you see across the country, student sections are packed. Might be saying, what's the deal here? They've got a quarter system, so not quite in session yet. Van Horst looking to take it out and gets denied just across the 10 and walloped at the 12.
Well, during the break, we were saying, hey, this UCLA defense has to figure out a way to get a stop now. Well, this is a good start to it. Nice hit by Vaughn. Coming down there on kickoff coverage. There is a UCLA player down after that play.
Joseph Vaughn delivers the hit. We'll check in on the injured Bruin when we return here to the Rose Bowl.
Check-in time is 3.
It's 2:55.
I know.
Is this what he's doing now?
As your host, I have some rules. First, no showers longer than 5 minutes. This isn't a spa. No games, no fun.
Yes, Coach.
Meanwhile, at a Verbo.
When other vacation rentals make you share your turf with a host, try one you have all to yourself.
It's time for a new era of chicken. A slow roasted era. A quesadilla shaped era. A cheesy, saucy, era. The Cantina Chicken Quesadilla, only at Taco Bell.
With wet AMD, I worry I'm not only losing my sight, but my time to enjoy it. But now, I can open up my world with Vabysmo. Vabysmo is the first FDA-approved treatment for people with wet AMD that improves vision and delivers a chance for up to 4 months between treatments, so I can do more of what I love. Vabysmo works differently. It's the only treatment designed to block 2 causes of wet AMD.
Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection, active eye swelling, or are allergic to it. Treatments like Vabysmo can cause an eye infection or retinal detachment. Vabysmo may cause a temporary increase in eye pressure after receiving the injection. There is an uncommon risk of heart attack or stroke associated with blood clots. Severe swelling of blood vessels in the eye can occur. Most common eye side effects were cataract and broken blood vessels.
Open up your world with Vabysmo.
A chance for up to 4 months between treatments with Vabysmo. Ask your doctor.
My name's Jorge Gaviria, and this is my business, Hacienda. I chose my Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. And with no preset spending limit, my purchasing power adapts to my business needs. What's in your wallet?
The Premier League is on USA.
Derby Day in North London.
It's a clash in the capital in the North London Derby. Tottenham, Arsenal on USA.
Good to see moments ago, redshirt freshman from Sacramento, Kanye Clark, walking off on his own power.
He's been playing a lot today, too, at corner, and this looked a whole lot worse. Left side of your screen right there looked a whole lot worse watching it over. I mean, it is great to see him walking off. No, I know you work out a lot more rigorously than I do, but my ankle does not bend that way.
I would say I'm with you.
Oh, man. Hope he's okay.
As mentioned, nice to see him walk off. So now you've got Curtis Rourke in this Indiana offense, and in the first half, it really felt like they could do no wrong.
Well, very efficient. I mean, they were great on third down. They were great in the red zone. You know, they had a great balance of run and pass. I mean, you just can't do it much better, particularly on the road.
Price the motion man on first down. Ellison the handoff, finds the hole. Ellison glides. Ellison first down carry of 11. Just the explosive plays that we've seen from this Indiana offense. We look at this brought to us by PFF. In 2023, they were outside the top 100 in FBS on the run and pass. Already entering this week, top 25 in both.
And they just added a 4th one right there on the run. That's their first explosive run of the game.
Rourke, lofts, sideline. Oh, Surratt tried to make a ridiculous grab, and it's going to be a flag. Jalen Davies was locked up with him, and this will be moving forward.
Pass interference. Defense number 6. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
Well, he pulled the left arm down. I mean, they'll let him push and shove a little bit, but when he pulls the left arm down and forces Surratt to go up with only one hand to try to make the catch, that's what draws the flag.
Surratt, just such a threat. Curtis Rourke said, I love throwing to the guy. And they talk about his competitive spirit. The chip on his shoulder, was very lightly recruited coming out of high school, went to St. Francis Academy, transferred then to James Madison, and was all Sun Belt first team last year. Let's pick up by Ellison. And then leave it Horton. There is that advanced and versatile tight end for a first down.
Well, it's the tight end, but it's also, again, just watch Rourke. Now, there's going to be pressure. The back, Ellison, does a great job picking it up, but Rourke doesn't panic. He knows where his outlet is. He didn't have it downfield, and so he dumps it off for a nice completion. Seeing the field, feeling the game, and taking what the defense gives.
200 yards now on the day for Curtis Rourke, who had 268 on 15 of 17 passing last week. Quick throw to the outside, caught. Cooper looking to make a man miss. He can't. He does keep his footing for 9.
Another excellent play by Curtis Rourke. This is a run-pass option. So a running play is called, but he sees a corner blitz coming from the outside. So he just immediately forgets the run and throws it outside, and there's no coverage out there.
Rourke right back to Horton out of bounds and a first down. Now starting to get the tight end involved a little bit more. It felt like he was quiet in that first half, especially considering how efficient Rourke had been.
Well, he's a lunch pail guy. I mean, he's an effective receiver. He's a good athlete, but not a great athlete, but he is a tough guy, a blue-collar guy, and he is an excellent blocker in the run game.
Kalon Black is in there at running back on first down. Play action. Rourke surveys again over the middle. Horton. Here's a who. Across the 25.
Nice little delay. Watch Horton show block, show block, show block, and then release late. So the linebackers are out of there. And it's a nice completion on the delay route.
Senior from Roanoke, Virginia, Zach Horton, another one of those James Madison transfers, tied for 6th among FBS tight ends last year, receiving touchdowns with 6.
And Kurt Cignetti said he pretty much typifies all the guys that we brought over from James Madison. His mentality, how tough he is, how he plays, how he works, he's kind of the epitome of that.
Play action over the middle. And Rourke just continues to find openings. Omar Cooper Jr. for 14.
Again, I think this is another run-pass option, and I think right now Mike Shanahan really has full trust in his quarterback.
Black barrels down to the 6.
Their balance of run-pass has been excellent, and the decision-making of their quarterback has been excellent. He has not forced anything. He had the one long throw for the touchdown when he read zero coverage and blitz, and everything else he has just kind of taken what was there.
UCLA could use a huge defensive play. Indiana's efficient offensive day has continued. Horton and Stevens in there. Black still the back. Black up the middle, spun away from the first. UCLA grabbing at that football. They'll mark him down at the 3.5. Oladejo was among the first ones there. So here you go, 3rd down and goal. UCLA had to settle for the field goal. Could keep this at a 2-score game by forcing the same.
Jay Toia, their best interior lineman, coming out on this play, needing a break. I wouldn't be surprised to see Indiana run the football again. Even though it's 3rd down, their best run defender is out of the game right now. And remember, Keanu Williams left the game in the first quarter.
We've got McCulley on Davies at the bottom of your screen, the big target. Rourke looking that way. It's caught.
Wow.
Touchdown, Keyshawn Williams, 2nd of the day. Rourke, a marksman at the Rose Bowl.
Well, they brought the receiver in motion, and he got leverage on the defender. Right away, he had Joshua Swift, number 36, beat, and then extends to the end zone. The motion created the leverage, and then Rourke with the right throw to the right person.
Talk about efficiency. Keyshawn Williams, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, both in the red zone. And Radicic makes it 28-0. Excuse me, 28-10. Indiana cashes in. They force the field goal on one end, go right back down the field, and it's Williams for the 2nd time, extending the Hoosier advantage.
Question. If you can't see what's behind all this, how do you already know? It's Jeep. Probably the same way you know if a T-Rex is chasing a Jeep Wrangler.
It's getting away.
Yep. Or if it takes you places that make you say, whoa, and their hair looks like this, or someone says,
the doors come off.
Then you just know what it was, what it is, and what it always will be. Because when you're an original, there's only one.
At Papa John's, get an extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. It's a mouth-watering, stretched thinner, made bigger, more for your money, extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. Better get you some Papa John's.
With so much great entertainment out there, wouldn't it be easier if you could find what you want all in one place?
My favorites.
Get Xfinity Stream Saver with Netflix, Apple TV Plus, and Peacock included for only $15 a month.
You know what's brilliant? Boring. Think about it. Boring is the unsung catalyst for bold.
What straps gold to a rocket and hurtles it into space? Boring does.
Boring makes vacations happen.
Early retirement's possible.
And startups start up.
Because it's smart, dependable, and steady. All words you want from your bank.
For nearly 160 years, PNC Bank has been brilliantly boring, so you can be happily fulfilled. Which is pretty unboring if you think about it.
Full-time fans, you give the season everything you've got. And I've got my eyes on you. I'm the Modelo recruiter, and I'm rewarding the most passionate fans. Because that kind of dedication deserves a Modelo.
Okay, trainees, let's work on our fast and friendly claim service.
Eyes on the phone now.
Look alive, Drew.
Your repairs have been scheduled. Nice.
Yes, you'll get a rental car on site.
Heads up. Oh, I'm gonna turn this down to an 8. My bad.
We can do this all day. Geico claim service is 24/7. Nice catch.
Your claim has been approved. Your claim has been approved.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Keyshawn Williams with his second touchdown of the ball game. Let's go back to it now. Normally, when you put a receiver in motion, you want to see if a guy will follow him, indicating man-to-man. UCLA doesn't follow, but watch. They're still locked up in single coverage, and Curtis Rourke knows that. He knows his receiver's got the advantage working on a safety, and he gets him the football for the touchdown. Look, this is his eyes. He sees the matchup he wants. He knows immediately where he's going with the football. They put him in motion. They set up the matchup that they wanted, and then Curtis Rourke did the right thing.
And it goes back to the point that you brought up that Kurt Cignetti's been stressing. He could go out and he could get former 4- or 5-star recruits to transfer in with his winning pedigree and his record. But he said, I want guys who have played, and that's the perfect example.
Yep.
Read the defense perfectly. We've seen it throughout this game. It's a guy who's played a lot of football, thrown a lot of touchdowns. He's done it every single turn here today. 20 of 27, 237 yards, 3 touchdowns, second to Williams, and Indiana back in full control here as Quintero sends it away. Jones this time will bring it out 5 yards deep. Jones is looking to pop one of these. It won't be this one. Doesn't even get to the 20. Look at the United cam as Ethan Garbers, as this UCLA offense come back on the field. They've scored on their last 2 drives. Would have loved to punch that last one in. Got to goal-to-go territory, but we've seen positive movement now, and there's still a lot of time in this game. Time of possession's been fairly even. They've got to rely on their defense to get the stops on top.
Yeah, they've stacked 2 possessions in a row offensively together that are pretty impressive. 10 points, right? 7 right at the end of the half and 3 to start the third quarter, but they're still down 18.
Garbers to Harding for a yard. Sanguinetti came in on the tackle. Second and long, and similar to what we saw week 1, just not a ton on the ground for a team that had been so proficient in running the football the last couple of seasons.
Yeah. Well, they didn't try a lot in week 1. And now they find themselves behind 18. I still don't think you abandon it because we're still in the third quarter. But it's got to be a little more pass heavy than probably Eric Bieniemy would like it to be.
Bieniemy offense can be complex. The players feel like they've gotten a good grip on it as Harden stumbles forward for 4. We go to KT.
Well, a lot of players followed Cignetti from JMU, and one of the big reasons for that, Kamara told me, was that he instills a certain message with this team. You must stay in middle ground, never too high, never too low. Once you lose sight of that, you stop paying attention to the details, and you lose games. And Fisher said Cignetti demands excellence from everyone. He said it's not personal, but he wants the best out of his players for their sake, not his own. And you're seeing that on the field tonight, guys, that sure brotherhood, the teamwork that we see from this entire group.
You know, the other thing, KT, that Cignetti brings is the chip on his own shoulder. But I think what he's preached and the players have learned as Garbers looks to convert on 3rd down, and it is intercepted by Fisher. Flag is down. Fisher weaving through, stays on his feet, and gets hit hard.
All kind of flags out here.
Quasi Gilmer laid the boom at the end of that run, and we'll see what the penalties wash out to.
Well, Kamara got a great rush working on Unije. He got to the quarterback and forced the throw that was a little bit off. May have been pass interference before the ball got deflected and knocked in the air.
So we'll take a look here.
Working on Pons, their best coverage guy. And I think he may have pulled there and affected Sturdivant's ability to make a play on the football.
There are 2 fouls on the play. After the interception, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 92. That penalty is declined. Prior to the interception, pass interference, defense number 5. The ball replaces the spot of foul, automatic, 1st down.
So the unnecessary roughness on Marcus Burris Jr. is declined because of the penalty against Pons.
Yeah. And I think it was the right call. I mean, Pons was in coverage. He's a smaller guy. He's 5'9". He's working against a receiver who's 6'3", 205 pounds. But when he grabbed him and affected his ability to try to make a play on the football, that's when he got the penalty.
So, similar to what we saw on a previous UCLA drive, they benefit. That was the first drive in this 3rd quarter. They benefit from the penalty, and now let's see what this call is.
The previous play is on the further review for potential targeting.
We already saw Indiana lose their defensive tackle, C.J. West, because of targeting. And now we'll take another look. There is a good look at West, who's going to be done for the day in this 2nd half. See if we can find a replay as to the exact player. Gilmer, yeah, going right there at Fisher.
Well, he's not a defenseless player because he's running the football. It's not crown of the helmet, and helmet to helmet does not necessitate a penalty, right, Terry?
Absolutely, Todd, and I do agree with you. It looks like it's just to the side of the crown, you know, that 6-inch radius from the apex. It looks like it's just to the side of that. So I would be surprised if they added targeting to this. Probably not.
Again, these are subjective calls on what the officials deem as that 6-inch radius at the top of the helmet. But for Gilmer, maybe even just providing a little bit of a spark as a freshman wide receiver for this team. All right, Terry, this is always a great graphic for us. Just take us through this 6-inch radius as we look at it. This is one of my favorites. Our graphics people did phenomenal with this one. That's the radius of the thing. It's basically the very top of
on the play. It's 1st down.
As I said, it's the very top of the helmet, and they just couldn't confirm that on this video, on this replay.
So Gilmer stays in. UCLA continues this drive after the Pons penalty moves them forward. Another look at West, who was disqualified for this 2nd half. And we'll see if the Bruins can take advantage.
Yeah, a couple costly penalties against the Hoosiers that extended drives, right? That one took a turnover away.
Garbers feeling the pressure. He gets dumped. Linnell Card Jr. and a flag is down.
Yeah, I mean, Garber's clock has got to be ticking a little faster. He cannot hold the ball this long against this defense.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 41. 15-yard penalty for the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Carr working on the right tackle. DeGiorgio just whips him right at the jump. Okay, roughing the passer. He doesn't throw the football. It's a sack. How is this roughing the passer? Terry, how's that roughing the passer?
Because he's in a passing posture, Todd. Once he goes into that passing posture, he becomes subject to roughing the passer rules. What they ruled here was that he drove him into the ground and punished him by landing on top of him.
Gotcha.
Arguable, of course.
Yeah.
But a 27-yard swing with the 2 penalties. Garber's fading away. He finds a target.
Heck of a throw. I mean, he was under duress.
Jack Peterson with a catch, his first of the year.
I think Kamara is the guy that's going to be putting pressure. No, it's not. It's Jalen Walker coming from the outside edge. And Garbers does a nice job of retreating away from that pressure and hitting his tight end, Peterson.
Nice grab by Peterson as well to keep that up in his grasp. So 2nd down and 4. Harden back in there. We've yet to see Jalen Berger, the transfer from Michigan State, who's healthy for this game. Harden finds the hole and across the 30.
Well, that's a nice run between the tackles. Watch things open up here. This offensive line doing their job. Really nice block by number 74, Spencer Holstage, the left guard. This is a guy that transferred from Purdue. Holstage had 31 starts and 32 career games as a Boilermaker, so very familiar with Indiana. The old Oak and Bucket game played at the end of the year. Great rivalry game in the state of Indiana.
Sean Foster convinced him to save 45 starts in his career. Another big one. Harden stays on his feet. Harden is gone. Touchdown.
Now there's a penalty flag. I don't know if this one's going to stand or not. Heck of a run by Harden.
Garber's yet to celebrate. Flag back at the 25.
Holding. Offense number 54. 10-yard penalty for the spot of foul. It's still first down.
It's the center, Josh Carlin.
Well, he's blocking on right here. There it is right here. And again, he's okay, but as Walker tries to break free to go to the ball carrier, that's where the penalty is called, because he's grabbing him. He's okay initially, but as soon as Walker tries to leave to make a play, it draws a flag and brings back an impressive touchdown run by Harden. And that's a tough ask for a center, blocking a guy as athletic as Jalen Walker. But it was the right call.
Also maybe takes UCLA out of that field goal range here now at the 35-yard line.
I don't think you are thinking about field goals at this point. You're first down and 16. You want to try to get part of that back here. You've got 3 downs.
Garber's flagged down, and he will get positive yardage. So we'll see what this penalty looks like.
Well, we're going to get a penalty on the left tackle this time. I think he grabbed the face mask of Mikhail Kamara on the rush.
Personal foul, hands to the face, offense number 71. 15-yard penalty for the previous spot. It's still first down.
Unije.
I mean, look, these tackles are pretty good, but these edge guys for Indiana are playing lights out. Right there it is, the hand on the helmet, kind of partly grabbing the face mask, but again, an easy call to make, and 2 very costly penalties now on UCLA as those are starting to offset.
Now it's 1st and 31, clock ticking under 20 in this 3rd quarter. Garbers, dump it. Jones gets it across the 45 to the 43-yard line. And that'll likely end this 3rd quarter. Garber's trying to get his team set, but they are nowhere near where they need to be. So the 3rd quarter will come to a close. UCLA trailing by 18 points. They will have a 2nd and very long when we return in the 4th quarter. Indiana looking to put the finishing touches on what has been an impressive performance out west. crater time. Look at that. Look at that detail. Charlie Dameyer finding all the angles.
I'll tell you, it wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe try to get one of those screen passes again here for UCLA. Second and long yardage.
Let's see what Garbers goes to. And it is a screen. It's Harden with some room. Harden stays on his feet and gets it across the 35 to the 33. It'll be 3rd and long after a pickup of 10. Officially at 3rd and 17.
Well, and again, I mean, it's going to be tough to get all this yardage. You get maybe half of it, and then you have a decision to make. Do we go for it on 4th, or do we kick a field goal and try to make it a 2-possession game? You're not going to win the game kicking field goals. You know, you're going to have to score touchdowns. And you don't know how many more shots at it you're going to have. But this 3rd down play is critical to get at least half the yardage necessary to even have that decision.
It is 3rd and 14 here for Garbers. With good time, loads it up down the middle. Knocked away, and 2 flags come in. That was a shot that Sturdivant took. D'Angelo Pons looked like he was the first to deliver contact.
This is a good throw. This is excellent protection because this is a route that took a long time, a deep crossing route, a catchable ball.
Personal foul, targeting, defense number 5. That foul is under further review.
All right, so this one is going to be interesting. This is not helmet related. Terry, would love your take on it. Leads with the shoulder. The question becomes, is this a defenseless receiver, which I'm not sure you can call?
He is certainly defenseless. He's in the act of trying to catch a pass. That makes him defenseless. So he's protected from forcible contact from the helmet, the shoulder, and the forearm. This is shoulder to helmet. He leads with the shoulder. This is targeting and should be quickly confirmed.
And what a loss this would be. We already saw him lose one of their top interior defensive linemen. This, their best cover corner guy, and D'Angelo Pons. And you know, these targeting rules are in primarily for the safety of the players, both offense and defensive players, and clearly a defenseless receiver and an illegal hit by a very good player in D'Angelo Pons, but he's probably not going to be finishing this game.
After review, the ruling on the field of targeting is confirmed. Number 5 is disqualified from further participation. It's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot with an automatic first down.
So now no more C.J. West, disqualified in the 3rd quarter. No more D'Angelo Pons, disqualified to start this 4th quarter. And Jamari Sharp is going to check in at cornerback to replace him.
Yeah, and if I'm Eric Bieniemy, and he's been in the NFL for the last several years, I'm going to try to find a matchup to expose this new corner. They took their best cover guy out. They bring Jamari Sharp into the game to take his place. Here he is right here. Can we match him up right now?
Rico Flores, the man he's matched up with. Garber's looking that direction. Instead, he'll dump it down, and it's out of bounds for Gilmer.
He was definitely looking at Flores first. That was a dump off. But Flores was not open on that particular route.
We'll see where they go here. Nearly a minute into the 4th. Touchdown keeps things very interesting early in this 4th, and Sturdivant back in there, which is good to see after taking the big hit on what was the targeting on Pons.
His safety is here to help.
Harden spun down after 2. Now you've got 3rd and 8, and this definitely feels like you've got to go end zone within a couple plays. If you don't get this 3rd down, you're too close at this point.
Yeah, and you don't know how many more times you're going to be this close. That's the situation. You have not found a way to really stop Indiana's offense unless they've stopped themselves.
Garber's 13 of 20, 131 yards. UCLA has gotten the benefit of 42 penalty yards on 3 penalties on this drive and find themselves with a 3rd and 8.
Indiana showing pressure. Here it comes.
And Fisher got home, forced the errant throw. 4th and 8 for the Bruins.
Well, Garber just had to unload it. And there was a free rusher coming inside. It was you can see, here's Fisher. He's going to come inside and nobody accounts for him. It's just 4 men rushing, and I think the center may have messed up on that one, Josh Carlin, because there were only 4 rushers and 5 blockers, and 1 guy came free and forced the throwaway.
So they will try to make it a 2-possession game with a field goal from Bagani. This one 34 yards out. Has missed from 41, made from 28. Split the difference here. And the 34-yard attempt. Bagani drills it. Back to a 15-point game. UCLA within 2 scores. 13-13 remaining here in Southern California.
There's something wrong with you.
Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
The perfect blend of design and performance. The new Genesis G80. Enjoy peace of mind with a 10-year or 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty exclusively at your local Genesis retailers.
Your record label is taking off, but so is your sound engineer. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our advanced matching helps find talented candidates so you can connect with them fast. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
The first time you try Bounce, it hits you. Your laundry feels way fresher and less wrinkled. You start to wonder, if I put a sheet of Bounce on my boss, will it make his wrinkles smoother? Bounce can't do it all. But for better laundry, put a sheet on it with Bounce.
I'm your football-obsessed best man, and I think you having your big day during the big game is the worst. What, are you kidding me?
Physically, I'm right here, but mentally, I'm here. Yeah, I do. Come on, speed it up. When all eyes are on you, my eyes are glued to the game. Whoa! Touchdown, yeah! And if you didn't bundle your home and auto insurance, well, all of this could be tough to tackle. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Thanks. What'd you get? Oh, I got another double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double hot, double calf, double sweet. Hey, did you know that Discover doubles your cash back at the end of the first year? You are cut off.
You earn, we match.
Debbie.
Unlimited cashback match.
After the 26-week grind, 16 gather. Fortune brought them to this moment. Now it's up to them. The NASCAR playoffs continue at Watkins Glen on USA.
Don't miss the Peacock original Fight Night, starring Kevin Hart, Taraji P. Henson, Terrence Howard, Don Cheadle, and Samuel L. Jackson. Streaming now, only on Peacock. The lead squad in that show, lead squads showcasing themselves on the field. This Indiana offense has been uber efficient, and some missed opportunities, it feels like, for the Bruin offensive unit.
Yeah, a few missed opportunities, but again, they're within 2 scores. They've got to have their defense step up.
We'll see if the defense can make a play, get the football back quickly, or get points on the board themselves. Fair catch made by Van Horst.
We talked about the transfers making an impact. Justice Ellison transferred from Wake Forest, one of the 3 rotating backs, doing little things, picking up linebacker pressures on this touchdown throw. Again, coming across the formation, isolating the block on the linebacker, allowing Rourke to buy more time, and then the touchdown run. Avoids the tackle, shows great balance, gets the ball in the end zone, and he's the leading rusher for Indiana tonight. 8 carries, 38 yards in that touchdown. So doing a nice job just kind of filling in all the little things to make this offense work efficiently.
It'll be Tyson Lawton, the running back here on first down. Got the carry. And he squeaks through, stays on his feet across the 30, continues to push forward for 7 yards.
I mean, they have 3 backs that they feel are all pretty interchangeable. They all can run, they all can pass block, they all can catch the ball. And when you play 3 like that, I mean, you keep guys with fresh legs for 60 minutes.
You've got Black and Lawton coming over from James Madison, along with the 11 other JMU transfers. You mentioned Ellison coming over from Wake Forest. I mean, this is a guy who was third-team All-ACC in 2022. These are all conference type performers and consistent performers at that. Lawton up the middle, first down to the 40. Where's the play going to come from on the UCLA side? Todd mentioned the departures, Leatu Latu, first defensive player taken in the NFL draft. The Murphy twins up front. You had Darius Muasau, who was a 6th-round pick for the New York Giants at linebacker. This is still a linebacking crew that has a lot of experience, and it feels like Jay Toia would be the guy to step up front. Hand off Lawton. Knocked away initially. Lawton turns it into 8, and the flag is down.
Well, the one thing, or the biggest thing, Curt Cignetti is not going to be happy about.
Holding. Offense number 74. 10-yard penalty for the previous spot. It's still first down.
Is the penalties. That's Bray Lynch, the right guard. That's the 9th penalty, or 10th penalty now. There's the hold on the guy you were talking about, Jay Toia. And Indiana backs up again. But, you know, he was very bold in saying to us, you know, hey, last couple years at James Madison, we're the least penalized team, right? And we have the most takeaways and the most sacks. Well, a lot of penalties tonight have really hurt their cause. That's the only thing negative you could say.
Quick screen pass. And Williams just bursts forward past the initial line of scrimmage. Pick up a 14. So Williams with the 3 catches, 2 touchdowns. Cignetti said, before you win a game, you can't lose the game for yourself. And that's where penalties, undisciplined play comes into play. Cignetti's never going to be satisfied. He even said, someone said, hey, have you been satisfied with the first 2 weeks of your team? And he goes, no, you're never satisfied. You're never happy in the middle of a season. You can be happy or satisfied when the season ends, but you always want to be improving. You always want to feel like you have things that can get better. And right now, this offense has shown very little of that. Miles Cross with a first down catch.
Again, so much trust in Curtis Rourke. Another RPO, run pass option. The line and the backs are running a play. They're running a run play. Curtis Rourke has the ability to fake the run and throw a quick route if the defense dictates that. And it's an easy throw and catch because the quarterback is in his groove and in a rhythm.
Extra shifts. Ellison back in. First down run.
See, the reason
picks up a 1.5 yards.
Curtis Rourke on the day, 22 of 29, 260 yards and 3 touchdowns. And I mean, he's been on from the beginning. From the opening possession, he has been accurate. He's been decisive. His eyes have been great. He's been accurate with the football. He's not forced any bad throws. And he has really held this UCLA defense at bay just by being efficient, making big plays when they're there and taking all the little ones when they're there.
14 of his 22 completions have gone for first downs. Screen pass, Price spun his way forward for another first down, a flag. Oladejo is the one to get him down. Tizama was in the area as well.
Holding. Offense number 44. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's still second down.
Season high in penalties now for Indiana. I got to say, Brian Banks might have the most demonstrative holding signal I've ever seen. I got to respect it, though. He lets it be known. Now over 100 yards in penalties against the Hoosiers.
Well, and one of the reasons he's so upset about that is because if they stay on schedule, they can continue to run the football and eat up clock and limit UCLA's opportunities with the football.
Black will pick up 2.
Because right now the clock is on the side of Indiana. But with these backwards penalties, it forces them into more throwing situations than maybe they would want to have right now.
They're going to continue to hurry on third. Rourke has been surgical on third down today. Again. It is Curtis Rourke's world, and we're living in it in Pasadena. Miles Cross, 18 yards.
UCLA was not set. They were getting people off the field. Look, they're not even in their stance. Good pass protection, and Rourke able to drive this deep in for yet another completion on third down. He has been excellent all night. He has been otherworldly on third down.
277 yards on the day.
And it's so demoralizing for a football team and a defense when you cannot get off the field on third down.
Black up the gut, pushing the pile across the 25 to the 23.
And for the first time, I see some fatigue on this UCLA defense, right? Right now, the Indiana offensive line pushing them a little bit. More run than pass on this drive, and a little bit of fatigue.
You mentioned eating up clock. They're approaching 6 minutes on this drive. Now the 9th play. They get back on side. They're going to throw the flag. Free play to the side. It's caught. Touchdown, Omar Cooper Jr. Rourke on the money, 23 yards.
Well, and Rourke again, he knew he had a free play, right? He felt the offsides. He knew he had a shot.
Offside. Defense number 7. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
And down here, Omar Cooper against the taller corner. There's the offsides. Across the neutral zone. Knew he had it. Back shoulder throw. And not very good coverage that time at all by Devin Kirkwood, number 3. Got out of phase with the receiver, and another easy throw and catch, and yet another receiver for Indiana makes a big play. 7 different guys with catches in the ball game. 3 different guys with touchdown receptions.
Curtis Rourke with his 10th 300-yard game of his career. 2nd receiving touchdown for Cooper on the year, and Rourke continues to own the night in Pasadena, Indiana, up big in the 4th.
So, what did you think of the pitch I emailed you?
Yes, the one that you emailed me. I remember. The pitch of Dog Days. What a title. Here we are. Very Victorian, which I loved. Unique relationship is formed. I love unique relationships.
With a twist.
I know, because I read it.
Great. I'm going to tell them you're interested.
This is a story that makes everyone cry. Laugh cry, and ugly cry, and definitely totally not cry. But it's okay. You can always blame it on the altitude.
Bigfoot roams throughout his forest land, feet twice the size of many men, rising from the ground, smacking dust from his seat with a great big smile. Slowly makes his retreat.
Blocked from watching the big match? Save the day by using the Bank of America customized cash rewards card and choose to earn 3% cash back on online purchases, like live streaming.
Alvarez. Who's Alvarez?
Corporal Alvarez.
Corporal Alvarez. Well done. Thank you, sir.
Time now for the upcoming schedule presented by Discover. Next Saturday, Miami, Ohio, and Notre Dame at 3:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC and Peacock. Then Iowa versus Minnesota. Prime time, 7:30 Eastern in Minneapolis on NBC and Peacock. Well, for Indiana, this has been a continuation from what we've seen the first 2 games of the season. The questions, was this team ready for Big Ten play? You know, Aiden Fisher said, we've been hearing everyone calling us JMU West.
Right.
We want to prove that this is not a fluke, that we've got that chip on our shoulder and we're ready to prove we belong with the big boys.
Well, I think they've made a very strong statement so far today, and none bigger than Curtis Rourke. He's been phenomenal. 16 to 24 of his passes, 24 completions, 16 of them for first downs, and on third down, 8 for 8 for 125 yards. I mean, he has been outstanding.
Meanwhile, for UCLA, it was a long bye week, and Deshaun Foster said when he saw initially that they had a week 2 bye week, he was pretty upset about it. He's like, that's not ideal. We have 1 game, and then we immediately just have to go back to basics. But they didn't play as well as they wanted to, and he felt like it actually came at the right time. He said they practiced with intent, enthusiasm, and effort. He expected to see a better result today. And it was just the sluggish start. It really started on the first offensive snap where Garbers fumbled and lost it. Garbers here, dump it down. Hardin will pick up 6.
Well, the other reason he was thankful for the bye week was because he needed to get healthy. I mean, his 2 starting tackles, his right tackle didn't play in the game. The left tackle only played in the first half and had to leave the field. So the extra time to get those guys healed up was important.
Garbers in traffic, it's picked. Cherry on top, Amari Farrell.
Well, the pressure from Linnell Carr forced the early throw, trying to get rid of it, and Farrell with the interception. But credit Linnell Carr, Jr., number 41, with part of that interception.
Since my Citi Custom Cash Card automatically adjusts to earn me more cash back in my top eligible category, suddenly life's feeling a little more automatic. Like doors opening wherever I go. Even the ground is moving for me. Y'all seeing this? Wow. And I don't even have to activate anything. Ooh, automatic sashimi.
Earn cash back that automatically adjusts to how you spend with the Citi Custom Cash Card.
That's why our favorite part of camp
was the ride to camp.
Can we please get a ride? Oh my God!
Sure.
Transform your cabin with the ingenious stowable second row center seat. Available on the Honda Pilot. Visit your local Honda dealer or shop online.
Today, let's paint with Behr, America's most trusted paint brand.
Wait, we don't have Behr.
Well, with Behr, you can paint a whole room for under $100. How much did you spend?
More?
I thought you said you researched this.
Don't overpay for your next project. Get Behr quality at an everyday low price, only at the Home Depot.
Brisket is back at Chipotle. Seasoned, smoked, seared, spiced, sauced, bold, and guacced. It's a whole new kind of brisket done the Chipotle way.
All right, 3rd time's a charm. Here we go. It's okay. We'll get it on the next one.
Pressure's getting to him.
Maybe we should change it up.
Now I got it. Oh.
Keenum, get loose.
Here we go. Daddy's got this.
Hey. You got us this far. Keenum's gonna finish the drive.
You got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. If only there were backups in real life. But at least there's Progressive to protect your home and auto.
Sunday night, the future is now. Welcome to the future. Caleb Williams and the Bears.
Off the charts talent.
What a rocket! CJ Stroud and the Texans. Welcome to the future. Sunday Night Football on NBC and Peacock.
Back here at UCLA, the last play. You're going to see pressure here, and then this nice stunt back to the inside by Linnell Carr Jr., a transfer from West Virginia last year. The pressure forced the errant throw. It forced Garbers to get rid of it before he wanted to. Didn't quite see his target. Errant throw, interception, and a big play for this big play Indiana defense.
Well, Curt Cignetti had talked about the turnover margin. It was the sacks, it was the lack of penalties, and it was the clear turnover margin that they had at James Madison. Coming into today, not only had they forced a number of turnovers, they also had 0 turnovers, Indiana, so far this season. One of just 11 teams in FBS, and one of just 2 in the Big Ten, along with Ohio State, to not turn it over. They've been flawless once again. They have protected the football so far midway through this 4th quarter, and they're 2-0 up on that turnover margin as well. Wark stays in there, delivers, and completes.
Well, this is what makes Surratt so good.
And it's incomplete.
And he didn't catch this one, but his strength is not to run away from people, but to catch the ball, contested catches in traffic. Almost pulls that in, not able to secure at the end. Nice job by Kalen Moore, number 9, just staying with the play and work until the end. But that's the kind of catch that Surratt makes routinely, using his big body and strong hands to catch the ball in traffic.
That's what they love so much about him, is that contested catch ability. Has now 28 consecutive games with at least 1 reception. They put him in motion, handed off Ellison, stutter step move, and he picks up 4 into the pile. Well, for Indiana, this is in all likelihood, barring a miracle, going to be a 3-0 start. They've got Biff Poggi and Charlotte coming to town next week. Then you have Maryland and Northwestern. It feels like they can keep the momentum they've already built through these first 3 weeks heading into this portion of their schedule before the bye week, before they have to take on a top 25 team.
Well, yeah, and you would expect that there'll be a lot of excitement in Bloomington and some good crowds, you know, to watch the Hoosiers play when they go back. Because this, you know, this was a much different team that they were facing today than the one they beat up on last week in Bloomington. And they handled their business in this one.
Ellison to the outside, and he's dragged down. That could have been a horse collar, and it is. Flags come. So UCLA starting to rack up some penalties themselves. Stand in conversation. Here's Brian Banks.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle, and a late hit. Defense, half the distance to goal from the end of the run. Automatic, first down.
Kane Madrano just trying to hold on for dear life. And they call a late hit on top of this. You see coming in, Brian Addison, number 4, helps knock him out of bounds. That one's
well, so I think Madrano let go of the collar. I think he let go before the ball carrier was going down, but then Addison coming over late may have been the real culprit.
Elijah Green, the running back for the first time tonight. Let this clock dwindle down as much as they can. Here is Green. Green finds the hole. Goodbye. Touchdown, Indiana. They are world beaters offensively.
Well, he showed some excitement last week when he got in the game. 5 carries, 31 yards, and a touchdown. And his first carry today, he takes it to the house. See, he's quick. Now, he runs different than the other 3 guys we've seen. He's got a little bit more shimmy and shake and make you miss. And he showed it on that play.
3rd touchdown of the season for Green, 11th of his career. Goes for 15 yards.
And guess what? He's a transfer too.
That's shocking. Extra point makes it 42-13. And the Hoosier train is going nothing but forward. Green gets in on the party. Indiana cannot be stopped. And it's been a successful business trip for Curt Cignetti's group.
Come on, rookie, you sleep down here. Is that?
Woo!
Whoa, Reggie Bush.
Yeah. Lost track of time in there. So, What's new?
Since you asked.
Pretty cool. Anything else? What is he doing?
He's watching the game.
Two, please. Thank you.
Dad, it's Matt Liner.
Twins? Hey, maybe we'll see you out in the stands. Nah, I'm just here for the cashback.
Earn cash back at the places you like to shop. Discover, proud sponsor of the Big Ten.
A Taco Bell taco filled with slow-roasted chicken. Unheard of. A crispy white corn tortilla with cheese inside and out? What? Change can be scary, but it can also be delicious. The Cantina Crispy Chicken Taco, only at Taco Bell.
What's Danny doing?
He saved so much bundling home and auto with the personal price plan that he got excited.
Bundle is live!
And bundled football with football.
Bundle, amigo! You got bundle! Bundle is live!
Field goal!
Bundle and save with the personal price plan. Field goal.
So do you kick it or pass it?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hurry and save on home finds and more during Kohl's Customer Appreciation Event. Kohl's card holders save 30%, rewards members save 20%, and non-members save 15%. Plus, earn $10 Kohl's cash for every $50 spent. Kohl's, where families come first.
Hey, girl. Girl! I do not know the name of this girl. What I do know is Neutral is a tasty seltzer made with real vodka and real fruit juice. This one I know. Little orangey. Neutral. Keep it tasty.
With so much great entertainment out there, wouldn't it be easier if you could find what you want all in one place?
My favorites.
Get Xfinity Stream Saver with Netflix, Apple TV Plus, and Peacock included for only $15 a month.
Joshua Perry here with the game break. We got the #1 team in the country, Georgia, taking on Kentucky, and they struggled to break through until this 3-yard touchdown run by Branson Robinson to take their first lead of the game. Back to you, Noah.
Yeah, Joshua, it feels like that is always a tough matchup for Georgia. Kentucky brings it every year. Meanwhile, Indiana has brought it start to finish in this game. They went right down the field on their opening drive. They got the fumble recovery, got a second touchdown, and never really looked back from there. 14-0 lead is ballooned now 42-13. As UCLA will get it back with 5.5 to play. Send it deep, and this will be fair caught by Loya. I mean, this is a team that mirrors the swag of their head coach.
Hey, look, I'm super fired up about this opportunity. I've never taken a back seat to anybody and don't plan on starting now. Purdue sucks. But so does Michigan and Ohio State. Go IU!
That was at a basketball game when he first got hired in December, and he said he just stepped on campus. He felt like he needed to stir up the fan base a little bit. New quarterback for UCLA is Justin Martin. And a handoff on first down goes to Jalen Berger for a first down run. But I mean, this is a guy, this is what he does. He's got confidence in himself, and that permeates through his team.
Well, and also he told us, he said, look, you know, this is the entertainment business, right? I wouldn't normally do that. Felt like at the moment it needed some juice, not in any disrespectful way, but he'll get a chance to prove all that, right? I mean, he said that. All three of those teams he mentioned, he gets to play this year. Of course, Purdue and Indiana is a huge rivalry at the end of the game. I've done that game before, the old Oaken Bucket game.
Berger surges forward, and those three teams are the last three games of the season for Indiana. The other thing he said, it's like, look, this isn't necessarily a stepping stone job for me. This is the last job. So whether it was a lack of filter or just a lack of really caring about what's said, he's like, this is what I felt like I needed to do in the moment. And guess what? This team has responded.
They have. They have. And again, you know, he brought 7 coaches with him from James Madison where they had great success. 13 players transferred, all guys that were major contributors. transfers from other schools that were major contributors at their previous school. And I think they just came in with the attitude of, look, we won last year and the year before and the year before. We can win here. You know, we got the same mentality. If we approach it the same way, have the same culture, the same standards, the same expectations, and don't back down from that, we'll be all right. The only coach that he retained was Bob Bostad, who's the offensive line coach, who is a longtime O-line coach, was at Illinois for 11 years during some of their heyday years, and fit right in with this staff. And the offensive line, I thought tonight, was outstanding.
First pass of the season, Martin, dump it, Berger makes a man miss and can't get much more after that. So if the offense stays on for what will be 4th and 3. The one thing that Mike Kadick and Curtis Rourke both mentioned to us about Cignetti and his overall staff and the guys who came over from James Madison, they said they expect to win.
Yeah.
And there is a difference when guys are walking around and there's an expectation of, we're winning, we're going out and we're getting the job done.
Now, there's an expectation you're going to win, and there's a belief that somebody's going to find a way to make a play. You know, and somebody will step up and make those plays.
Brody Richter will boot it away to Miles Price here on 4th down and 3. Price will call for the fair catch and bring it in at the 12. James Madison, just look at what this team has. 2023, 13 players, 7 coaches that have now made their way to Bloomington, that have made it their home, and have made it their mission to turn this program around. A program that's won 9 games in the last 3 years, has had only 3 winning seasons in the last 2 decades or so, even more than that. This is a group that feels they can do it quickly. We've seen Cignetti do it quickly. He said, I've done it twice before, where year 1, it's an immediate result. And the fact that they can come out and do this in his Big Ten debut, a lot of these guys' Big Ten debut speaks volumes to the level of focus, level of excellence that they demand from themselves. For UCLA, not the ideal Big Ten debut as Green gets spilled out after a gain of 2. But this is a UCLA team that's got a lot of talent, and they've got a lot of senior veteran leadership that can guide them through.
Well, yeah, that leadership's going to have to step up, right? They had the bye week. They thought they would be much better. They played a much better opponent, and they just didn't quite measure up today. But they've got some huge games in front of them, and we showed you Indiana's schedule. UCLA's schedule is very daunting, particularly in the next few weeks.
2-minute timeout here in the 4th quarter. Indiana 2 minutes away from their 3rd victory of the season on Big Ten Saturday night.
Blocked from watching the big match? Save the day by using the Bank of America customized cash rewards card and choose to earn 3% cash back on online purchases, like live streaming.
All right, let's run that again.
Geico has fast, fair claims 24/7 right on the Geico app.
To file a claim, just tap.
Just tap right here to upload pictures, customer.
Try getting on a first-name basis.
Sure. Vicky.
To track your status, just click. Super easy.
They're connecting with the mannequins.
You're doing great, everyone.
Ooh, you're a pro.
Scroll, tap, scroll. Ouch! Oh, I'm cramping.
Yeah, we've all been there.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
I overdid it. Like a showboat, I just overdid it.
At Papa John's, we start with better. Like our fresh, never frozen dough made from 6 simple ingredients. And our dough can save you dough. Get 2 or more Papa Pairings favorites for just $6.99 each. Order now on the app from Papa John's.
September 23rd, 4 legendary coaches take the field.
I'm starstruck.
Get in where you fit in.
The champ, Reba.
You can't outdo the queen.
The icon, Gwen Stefani.
Come on.
The Canadian kid, Michael Bublé. and the rookie sensation, Snoop Dogg.
Do you like bluegrass? Yeah. Do you like green grass?
Oh my God!
This season will be full of Hail Marys.
Illegal use of an animal?
The Voice, Monday, September 23rd on NBC and Peacock.
Fridays.
Top notch, extraordinary.
USA is the new home of Friday Night SmackDown.
Big moves, making big moves.
It all goes down on Friday Night SmackDown on USA.
Well, TB, you alluded to this. The schedule that UCLA has coming up, just the next 3 games alone, it's a gauntlet.
It really is. I mean, next week, LSU, not only a good team, but when those guys get off the plane, that humidity is going to smack them right in the face. Because it's a whole different heat and different type of heat than what they're used to here in California. And then they're home to play against Oregon, who seems to have kind of gotten their thing figured out today. Big win against Oregon State. And then at Penn State, which will be, again, a very difficult assignment playing in Beaver Stadium in front of over 100,000 people in a very loud environment.
Rourke will stay out there for this final 2 minutes. And this Indiana offense looking to run the clock. And Toronto makes the tackle for loss. Green goes backward 1. Ethan Garbers, that's the benefit of having experience at quarterback. It's the first year that he's truly the guy, the starter for this team. It says it's changed in his own confidence and actually understanding he can make a mistake, but he's not looking over his shoulder that he's going to get pulled. Well, he's got to have that confidence. And Deshaun Foster was impressed with how he practiced, how he worked, how he led the team over the course of their bye week after a lackluster week 1.
It's only 2 games in, you know. Got to go back to the drawing board, back to work. Get ready for LSU.
Long journey ahead as Kalon Black stumbles forward.
A little surprised, actually, that, well, here they come. I was going to say I'm a little surprised that the starting offensive line and the starting quarterback are all still in the game. Now, I mean, they're at a point where they could. I just was a little surprised by that. And now Kurt Cignetti is pulling them off. Going to bring in fresh troops. It's a good night for that offensive line. Outside of the penalties, really, that's the only thing you could say about Indiana tonight that was a blemish or negative was the penalties. 10 of them for 101 yards. But offensively, good run-pass balance, protected the quarterback, were efficient in the red zone, efficient on 3rd down. Defensively, took the ball away a couple times. Registered 2 sacks. Good run defense.
5-yard penalty. It's still 4th down.
And if they do punt it here, it is the first punt of the game.
Wow.
I mean, this is an Indiana offense that last week put up 77 points. They scored on their first 6 drives, all touchdowns. Then their 7th drive just ended the half, so they didn't even have a chance. Then they scored touchdowns on their first 3 drives of the second half. And here's their first punt of this game with a flag down. James Evans sends it deep. Loya brings it in. We'll wait for the penalty with 19 seconds remaining.
Well, this will be a fun flight back to Indianapolis for the Hoosiers. Off to a great start.
Illegal formation. Kicking team. More than 4 players in the backfield at the snap. That 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. It's 1st down, UCLA.
19 seconds left in the game, fellas.
It's an excellent point.
I mean.
But I'm never going to turn down more Brian Banks deliveries because he has excellent enunciation. All right, 19 seconds left. We'll see if UCLA looks to gain anything here. Indiana well on its way to a 3-0 start. They had 12 men on the field defensively, a fumbled snap.
Call that one too.
Going on.
Might as well. Call that one. They didn't get the guy off the field in time.
Illegal substitution. Defense. 12 men on the field at the snap. 5-yard penalty. It's still 1st down.
Well, the teams were ready to get out on the field. Deshaun Foster looked like he had taken the headset off. Curtis Rourke and this Indiana offense showing out and putting the Big Ten on notice in Pasadena.
Deshaun Foster said, game over. You know, it's done.
Run it down the clock. Triple zeros. Indiana, the Hoosiers, showcase a little bit of everything and dominate start to finish at the Rose Bowl. 42-13, Indiana wins. Meeting of these two head coaches in their first year leading their programs. Two completely different styles. And it's Cignetti with the first win over Foster in convincing fashion. Let's go down to Catherine.
Coach, congratulations, your first conference victory as head coach at Indiana. What will be your biggest takeaway from your team's performance tonight?
Thought we played hard, physical, did a lot of good things. You know, there were a lot of penalties. We're flying around trying to be physical. It's a dominant win on the road. On to the next one.
Curtis Rourke again continues to impress after his dominating effort last week, 77 points, another 42 tonight. What are you learning about your quarterback the more you see from him in these games?
He's a real poised guy, and if we protect him and can get guys open, he's going to find them. He can throw the ball with touch, and he can stick it in there too. So, and he doesn't let a bad play affect him in the next play. So he's a good player.
You face Charlotte next week before the bulk of your Big Ten conference play gets underway. You mentioned the penalties, but what other areas will you like to clean up before those games?
How about the last drive of the second quarter on defense?
I like it. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Pretty simple from Curt Cignetti. I mean, he said it, 3 for 3 in all 3 games. They've allowed points at the end of the first half. But other than that, and maybe other than the penalties that we know really irks him, feels like a pretty impressive total performance from the Hoosiers.
Absolutely. I mean, and no turnovers. You know, 3 games in a row, no turnovers. And it's just been an outstanding, very efficient, particularly from their quarterback, Curtis Rourke.
And their quarterback right now standing with Catherine Tappan.
Curtis, congratulations. You came to Indiana to play in the Big Ten. You told us this week you wanted to face those challenges. So what will you take away? What will be your biggest memory from this victory tonight?
Obviously a great atmosphere to play in. You know, it's every kid's dream to play in the Rose Bowl, especially against a great team like this. Just happy that we were able to come out and handle business.
When you look at this team and the way you guys are gelling with the number of transfers coming in from JMU, with yourself as well, a new face, what is it that's making this team click so well?
I just think that we all want to win. You know, we all came in from different areas with the same goal in mind, it's to win. And that starts with Coach Cignetti all the way down to us. And so we've all bought into that culture, and we all just want to go out and win every game.
You had a record-setting performance last week, another dominating effort this week. What do you want to see as this group continues to evolve and you get into the big conference play later this month?
Yeah, I just don't want us to get complacent. You know, I think we got a really good thing going on here, but we just got to keep our foot on the pedal and keep rolling.
Curtis, thanks so much. Congratulations.
All right, KT. Well, we just always hear that teams take the form of their head coach. Yeah. It just feels like that's the perfect description for what we see out of IU.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, he's got a little chip on his shoulder. All those guys that played at JMU have a little chip on their shoulder because they weren't recruited by big schools. Now they got a chip saying, you know, people don't think we can play the same level in the Big Ten. So they've all kind of adopted that same personality, that same temperament, and it's working. I mean, because that team that we saw tonight was good. That was a good-looking football team.
For UCLA, we mentioned the talent, we mentioned the senior aspect of this team, but the gauntlet they have in front of them is going to be difficult. It could prepare them for the second half. It's going to be a tough couple of weeks here.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough deal, you know, for Deshaun Foster, his first year as a head coach. You know, he's got to get them rallied. You know, they'll get back to work tomorrow and on Monday, and, you know, the sun's going to come up, but they got to get back to work. They've got a lot of improvement to make. They still got to fix their running game. You know, they've got to be able to lean harder on their running game, and I know that that'll be a major point of emphasis for Eric Bieniemy and Deshaun Foster. And then, you know, defensively, gave up just too many plays. They weren't able to put enough pressure on the quarterback, and they've got to find a way to fix that as well.
A lot of praise to this Indiana offense, but the defense deserves some credit as well, and KT standing with one of the IU defensive stars.
Aiden, congratulations on a Big Ten victory. How does that sound to you? I know you came here to play in order to play in this conference.
Yeah, it's awesome. Coming in, getting our first one. It's really important to us, just knowing it's our next game on the schedule. Being able to come here and get our first conference win, it's huge for us.
You told us this week that the defense wanted to play fast and wanted to play physical. How did that come into play here tonight?
I think we did a great job of it. We left a lot of opportunities out here, but, you know, football's not perfect. You're going to look at the film, you're going to get better, you're going to make up for those opportunities in the next game, but it was really good to see us kind of be a dominant force here tonight.
Yeah, you mentioned football's not perfect. We know the number of penalties that the team uncharacteristically committed tonight. But what was the energy like on the sidelines when those penalties were happening? What is the message as this group continues to grow together?
Control, we can control. We are very highly motivated. Even seeing those flags is kind of like a setback to most teams, but we kind of just see it as another opportunity to go. You get a fresh set of downs, go make more plays.
You mentioned this is a very close-knit group. How much closer do you guys get when you get a nice victory like this and a long flight home to celebrate?
Yeah, the flight's definitely some more bonding time for us, but it's just been great, getting out and playing these new teams and new games with each other and kind of building that camaraderie as we go along the way.
Aiden, thanks for your time. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Catherine, comprehensive stuff from Curt Cignetti's team. Indiana with a big victory. We'll have more from around the country, highlights, scores from some big games in college football. Ahmed Fareed, Matt Castle back here in Pasadena next.